years LO. I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
My fellow South Africans, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're coming to you live from the Johannesburg studios, Design Quarter at the Samsung showroom. And oh my goodness, it is so good to be with you. Thank you for choosing us to wake you up on this beautiful Thursday morning. And I can tell you this much, you're in the right place because, my friend, the incredible lineup that we've got, it is heartwarming indeed to heat things up, all in the name of keeping you warm throughout this cold. Starting us off will be Ola, the incredible artist that is going to be showing us what it is to truly follow your dreams and, more than anything else, be talented in this beautiful land, South Africa. But speaking of our land, we can be so proud, everyone. Mr. Supranational is indeed from right here in the Republic. It is Dr. Fezum Kize. We're going to be chatting to him all about the success that he's enjoying right now, as well as his journey of inspiration. But wait, there's more. Speaking of royalty, Miss South Africa, Natasha Joubert, she's going to be here as we celebrate her new title as the host of Crown Chasers. It is something that I think is so huge because she's been wanting this. But we're going to be getting some behind-the-scenes secrets in terms of what exactly is happening on Crown Chasers and a whole lot more. But speaking of more, I do think that you need to know that when we're in the kitchen, today we're going to be blowing you away. It is something I can't wait to hear about. Cashew coconut clusters, as well as some coffee-baked donuts. It is something that I think is going to be so delicious and scrumptious, just like what we're serving you up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we're also now going to an absolute place that I believe that we can all come together as fellow South Africans, because it is the clash of the two titans. I am talking about Graham versus Ryle. The classic Custard challenge. Who will come out on top and give us a masterpiece? Well, my lovely, you're going to have to stick around to find out. Also on the way, though, we are getting JP Sebastian letting us know what it is we can look forward to when it comes to that highly anticipated movie, which I think is going to be incredible. Fly Me to the Moon. You make sure you don't go anywhere. You can tell that it is everything exciting, everything delightful, as well as everything feel good right here on Expresso. For now, we need to jump out onto the social media streets. So my Cape Town family, what exactly is going down, Graham?
Well, don't worry. I just subbed in for G-Man this morning because I thought I'll let him do official duties because I'm too excited to chat to you this morning, Mzansi. So let me extend a further welcome to say, yes, please. The next 3 hours are going to be absolute magic. We are dressed for the occasion. As you know, it's very chilly, but we want to find out, as you just heard in our intro, another one, South Africa. Yes, please, Dr. Fezum Kize, my brother, absolute congratulations. And clearly, this is what we want to chat to you about this morning, Mzansi. With South Africa doing the most and taking titles all over the world, what do you think it is that's giving us the edge as South Africans? And that's our good morning post, because yeah, it definitely seems like SA is taking all the titles these days. So let us know what you think gives us as South Africans the edge, and come through with WhatsApp, voice notes, everything, pictures, you name it, we'll take it. The number's 063-408-8863. Oh, I think we're going to get some great answers for this one. And a reminder, the funny answers can come along with this one too. Whatever you think is the reason, bring it on, Mzansi. For now, though, we're going to give you a reason to stick around because official duties are about to commence. G-Man has the latest when it comes to all things news. Let's check it out.
Thank you so much, team. So good to see Zanelle's face all the way to Johannesburg again after seeing her last week, and this beautiful Cape Town team. But of course, a lot of important news to delve into this morning. Before we touch on the weather, let's start in Gauteng, where police have now confirmed that they are investigating a case of culpable homicide following a horror accident that claimed the lives of 12 pupils and their transport driver in Fochville yesterday morning. Now, police spokesperson Brigadier Brenda Muradili said that the accident occurred at about 7 a.m. on Blyvoor Road. That's near the N12 highway in the Wadela area. Muradili added that the pupils were being transported to the Rocklands and Blyvoor Uitzicht primary schools in Blyvoor Uitzicht. The cause of the accident remains unknown. And moving to the Western Cape, where Premier Alan Winde has now issued a firm warning to residents of the Western Cape to stay alert. This is after severe wet and windy weather conditions devastated the province this week, and they continue to intensify today. At least 14,000 informal structures have now been impacted by flooding and severe wind damage thus far. The treacherous weather conditions are expected to continue throughout this week. Meanwhile, the Swartland municipality says that roads in the Malmesbury area are impassable due to flooding right now. A low water bridge between Moeriusburg and Malmesbury flooded and the road was closed to traffic, and you can see pictures the level of devastation. So please be careful, but we'll continue with the weather warnings as we go. Now, continuing with our international scope in the news, Rwanda has now stated it is not required to refund the UK after a multi-million-pound migrant deal between the two countries was scrapped. So new UK Prime Minister and Labour Party leader Keir Starmer announced at the weekend that the plan to deport some asylum seekers to Rwanda was dead and buried, and that's a quote. The scheme was initiated by the previous Conservative government, which was paid or had paid Rwanda some £240 million since revealing the plan in 2022. So Rwanda's government clarified that paying back the money was never part of the agreement. Now, a little further afield, George Clooney has issued a very strong call for Joe Biden to quit the US presidential race. This hours after senior Democrat Nancy Pelosi avoided questions about whether he should continue. So the actor and a very prominent Democratic Party fundraiser stated that while Biden had won many battles in his career, the one battle he cannot win is the fight against time. And Clooney said that his concerns match those of every member of Congress that he had spoken to. However, Biden has repeatedly stated that he is determined to remain the Democratic Party's presidential candidate. And then finally, we're going to temper the news with a very, very heartfelt story. The Cape of Good Hope SPCA reports an overwhelming number of calls about animals that are left without shelter due to the hazardous weather and flooding. You can hear the rain outside right now, particularly in the informal farming areas. With conditions expected to worsen, more pets and farm animals will need urgent rescue and warmth. And the SPCA inspectors have now deployed teams to affected areas, effectively seeking out animals on chains in imminent flood zones and those without shelter. If you can help in any way, please lend a hand. The organization urgently needs donations. First off, hay for horses, horse blankets, blankets for cats and dogs, and then dry pet food to support the influx of animals, and there are many. And please, you can visit the Cape of Good Hope SPCA website and donate very easily to help these helpless animals and those champions out there braving the weather to help them to make it through the current severe weather conditions. I kind of think we're all in this one together. So thank you so much for your support thus far. But that's where we leave our news headlines for now. Let's touch on the sport.
Thank you so much, G-Man, and let's dive straight into footballing action, because I believe that anybody in England right now is waking up with possibly a dry one, because Ollie Watkins scored a dramatic injury time winner as England defeated the Netherlands 2-1, securing a Euro 2024 final spot against Spain in Berlin. Now, Xavi Simons initially put the Netherlands ahead, but Harry Kane equalized with a penalty after a contentious VAR decision. Now, England will now face Spain on Saturday for the European title. Now, moving to all things rugby, and 6 seasoned players, including 2016 bronze medalist Roscoe Speckman, headlined the 14-man Springbok 7 squad for the 2024 Olympics to take place in Paris. Now, Speckman, along with Impie Visser, Zane Davids, Salvin Davids, Ronald Brown and Siviwe Soyezwapi, all from the 2021 Tokyo squad, will aim for the gold. Now, the Blitzboks will face Ireland, New Zealand and Japan in Pool A, and their first match gets underway on the 24th of July against the Irish. While diving into all the exciting action taking place in the world of tennis, and Novak Djokovic advanced to a record-tying 13th Wimbledon semi-final after Alex de Munier withdrew due to a hip injury. Now, de Munier, the Australian 9th seed, announced his withdrawal at the All England Club, expressing his devastation. Now, Djokovic, aiming to match Roger Federer's 8 Wimbledon titles, has now reached a record 49th men's Grand Slam semi-final. Now, Djokovic will face Italian Lorenzo Musetti after he defeated Tommy Fritz 3-6, 7-6, 6-2, 3-6 and 6-1. Incredible fight indeed, but we carry on with the fight when it comes to cycling action, and Jonas Vingegaard edged out Tadej Pogačar in a thrilling Tour de France Stage 11 in the Cantal region. Now, Vingegaard's victory came after countering Pogačar's fierce attacks, with Remco Evenepoel and Primož Roglic finishing 3rd and 4th respectively. Now, Pogačar leads the overall standings, followed by Evenepoel and Vingegaard, with Roglic in 4th place. Well, that's all the sporting action I have for you right now, and as you can clearly hear already from our studio, the weather is coming down all day long, but G-Man has the latest, so we can dive into it right now.
Well, you can hear around us the severity of the weather in the Western Cape and area, so let's start with that. The South African Weather Service has now issued warnings for disruptive rain and winds across many parts of South Africa. So we've got damaging winds causing localized damage and difficult driving conditions expected in the southern Free State and the western and northern parts of the Eastern Cape. Then the southern Namakwa region, the central Karoo, the Cape Winelands, the Overberg and western Garden Route will also be heavily affected. Then coastal areas from Lambert's Bay to Mossel Bay, including Table Bay and Struisbaai, they'll face damaging winds and waves. Then an orange level 8 warning is in place for disruptive rain, leading to flooding and potential mudslides. And that's in Cape Town, Drakensberg and Stellenbosch areas. And similar rain is expected in Witzenberg, the Swartland West Coast, northern Cape Winelands and western Overberg districts. And moreover, extremely high fire danger conditions are forecast for central South Africa and northern eastern KwaZulu-Natal. And for detailed forecasts, I really do suggest throughout the day, head to weathersa.co.za to get the very latest information and updates. And please remember, if you can, I know it's not the best view to share this morning, well, maybe there is a beautiful view out there. We'd love to see it. 063-408-8863. Show us how you wake up in the morning. Maybe temper this crazy storm with just a little bit of sunshine today. We'd love to hear from you and love to see how you wake up. But right now, let's see what's in store for us across the land. Crazy weather, I'm assuming some crazy temperatures. Let's take them in.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love the fact that even though things are just cold outside, we are warm here as a family. And this is why I say, my fellow South Africans, the mandate is clear. To leave you feeling good. And when we look at our menu, I promise you it is going to do exactly that. Kola is going to be sitting down with us, telling us about the inspiring journey that he's had, and also more than anything else, what we can expect from him for the rest of 2024. But he's also going to be performing for you. Yes, just for you, because you're that special. Then we have got JP Sebastian in the building. An out-of-the-world experience is what you can actually expect when we get to hearing about Fly Me to the Moon, a brand new movie that everyone's been waiting for. And I know we're going to be hearing all the details we need to know. But we're going to take a short break, allow you to go and get your coffee, maybe run to the bathroom, but then come back, because we got a whole lot right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stick around.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Yep, while life is a little bit crazy on the planet, we thought let's take you off it to the closest orbiting body that we've got, the moon. We love the fact that we have a moment now to take stock. And can you believe it's been over 50 years since humans last set foot on the moon? Imagine the amount of technology that's been developed since then. Well, NASA is now preparing to send astronauts back onto our lunar neighbor in 2025. That's next year, marking a very exciting new chapter in space exploration. I have a feeling just the first step of many to come, and we're thrilled to welcome back one of our favorites, Dr. Daniel Karaba, the science engagement astronomer from the South African Astronomical Observatory, a very busy man who's taken a time out to discuss some of the latest lunar discoveries and the future of moon missions. Why do we want to get back to the moon? Dan, first of all, let me shake your hand.
Feels like it's been 50 years.
Just about, my friend, just about. But I know you're not a conspiracy because I've seen you on the couch before. Have we even actually been to the moon? Now, it does beg the question, 50 years, with the amount of technology that we have in this interest in space exploration, and even just how easy it would be to launch a rocket to Mars from the moon, why haven't we done this earlier? Why such a gap, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's mainly comes down to budget and priorities, right?
Priorities.
You know, the space race in the 60s was huge. Everyone wanted to get to the moon. They wanted to beat the Russians. And as soon as that happened, the public decided, wait, what? Why are we doing this?
At this cost.
Yeah, at this cost. So the world's changed a little bit now. As you said, the technology's got a huge amount better. We can do this a little bit easier. It's still not easy launching rockets.
Yeah.
But there's renewed interest by America, different countries, China, India, and then, you know, also private enterprises trying to get back to the moon. So.
Oh, because there's other rocks floating around that need to be mined, and I have a feeling commercial is probably going to drive us more than even politics will drive us into space over the next era. Artemis is here. So which iteration are we? So we've got Artemis 2 and Artemis 3. Have we moved past Artemis yet?
So Artemis is essentially the twin sister of Apollo. So
Lovely.
we had the Apollo missions. They got us to the moon the first time, and then Artemis is taking us this time. Artemis 1 launched in 2022, and that was just taking astronauts into space, bringing them back down.
Have a look
safely.
around. Let's go back.
And then Artemis 2 will go next year, and that'll take them to the moon, wave at the moon, and come home. They won't be landing. And then the following year in 26, we aim to land people on the moon again.
And that's very exciting, and it's going to be very different to the first moon landing when you think about the difference of technology, i.e. the fact that that spaceship and the calculator we now use probably have the same amount of computing power, which is mind-blowing. It's a nod to the scientists and the bravery of the men and the women that took us there the first time, undoubtedly. We've been there. We haven't been wasting the time since, though. China obviously got some samples from the dark side of the moon. Were they different? Were they eternally dark? Why was this such a big thing?
Well, we'll find out if they're different soon. But the reason this is a big thing is because of this advance in technology, right? So this time we're going to go to the moon. We don't want to just pick up a few rocks to look at. We want to be able to stay there. So the first thing we need is water. So we're looking in the rocks to see whether we can find water.
Hydrogen.
We know there's water on the moon in the form of ice. So how much is there, and is it enough for us to survive on? And then one of the really, really cool things is they're looking at the dust, the moon dust, to see whether they can use it for 3D printing. Ooh. Because if you send a 3D printer there and you can use moon dust, you can start making things.
Matt Damon for what?
I know, right?
Sorted. And I'm just watching the first two astronauts clinking their glasses together with a little bit of ice from their ice machine. I love that because I love sci-fi, and I love the fact that there is like a general interest in sci-fi and where we're going. And I think we often forget that first we create with the imagination, then we achieve with our actual brains and scientific capability. But there has been this line about, okay, if we need to get to Mars, we need to somehow get off the planet. And getting off the planet because of the gravity is difficult. The moon, not so much. Is that the thing? Why is having a lunar base, when we look at Mars and further space exploration, why is that such an important step?
Yeah, certainly. And getting to the moon is a good step in terms of future explorations. As you said, it's easier to get on and off the moon, but also just a huge, and very easy kind of visit for us. So
yeah.
we want to practice our landings, we want to practice our rockets, we want to make sure everything's working properly, and the moon is a couple of days away. Whereas if we want to sort of go to Mars, it's months away. So we can't do that so often. But then, you know, we do want to be able to resupply there, have a permanent base, as I said, and then from there stage missions further afield.
I'm just waiting for the first person to start importing ice from the moon now. The wheels are starting to turn. A very exciting time for astronomy. And of course, on Earth, a very exciting time. In Cape Town, some exciting things happening. Please fill us in. What's happening within the astronomy world?
Absolutely. So in the next few weeks, so beginning of August in Cape Town, we'll be hosting what is called the International Astronomical Union General Assembly, which is like the World Cup of astronomy.
The Space Force.
Happens every 3 years. All the biggest names in astronomy come to one place. We're hosting it here in Cape Town, and there's going to be a huge public program too. So we've got astronauts coming, we've got Nobel Prize winners coming. There's going to be a huge number of public events which you can get involved in. So go look it up, astronomy2024.org, and yeah, get involved.
For once, Daniel's not going to be the only smart guy in the room. He's going to have all his mates with him. I absolutely love that. If ever there was a time to get into astronomy, if ever there was a time to start learning and I think open this world, this other reality to your children, this is it. So please stay up to date. We'll send you to Dr. Dan's social medias and we'll keep up all of our information on our social media. But please use this opportunity to embrace clearly a very exciting time in space exploration is about to begin.
Oh, a great conversation indeed. But G-Man, listen up. It gets even more exciting because here's an opportunity for you, Mzansi, to take your best shot by playing Sports Stake 8 Fixture List 750 for an estimated 935,000 Rand jackpot. And that's this Thursday. Yes, it's happening. Don't get left behind. Now, you can score big and stand a chance to be Inja Your Game. Now, how does this work? You can play your Sports Stake and your favorite Sports Stake 8 game in store on the nationallottery.co.za website or the mobile app, and that'll get you in the running and get you the chance to be Inja Your Game. So what are you waiting for, Mzansi? Let's fill up those pockets this Thursday and get rid of all the blues when it comes to the weather. And we're going to do just that. We had a great conversation diving through things called astronomy, and that's going to bring us to the latest conversation where JP Sebastian's coming through to talk about the latest movie, Fly Me to the Moon. We've also got a performance coming through from Naula in the building. Is all the way out in JHB coming at us live. So we've got so much to look forward to, Mzansi. Don't go anywhere. See you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. I'm sorry, I'm just reveling in being around my mates again, man. I've missed Cape Town so much, even with the crazy weather. So good to be back.
Thank you.
So good to have you back as we fly you to the moon. Literally, man, we're going to have a little bit of fun now getting into one of the latest movie releases, Fly Me to the Moon, big stars. But it's a little bit streamy, according to Mr. JP Sebastian. But that's a term, right, buddy? That's
yeah, for sure. And I know we're not supposed to say this name on SABC, but like there's a Netflix-ness to the look of some things. And this one is produced by Apple.
Okay.
TV.
Oh, wow.
So it's not necessarily that it's a good or bad thing, but there's too much of a signature look that some of us might be getting tired of.
I found it with like Extraction was the same. It was like, this should be a big thing, but it's not. It's something there,
There's weird parameters and technical constraints that it looks like. Obviously, like these streaming services, they put constraints on gear, like you're only allowed to use this. But whatever. It's
So
not
you're
necessarily
tired of
normal.
the recipe, is what you're saying, JP?
I mean, like the ways people are having all sorts of conversations about fatigues and stuff, superhero fatigue and whatever else. Maybe I'm just at my limit, who knows? But it's not a terrible movie. You know what? I'm jumping the gun though. Let's get on the rocket and have a look at Fly Me to the Moon from the horses' mouths themselves. That's Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson. These are huge names. Have any of you heard of this movie? Like,
I'm going to be honest and say no, yeah.
Well, let's
I
have a
thought it came out like 5 years ago, to be honest.
1969. This one. Anyway, sending you to the moon, to the movie. Here it is.
I don't know if you've ever met anybody that all of a sudden you just like share too much with, like immediately. You're the most beautiful woman that I've seen longer than I can remember, and I have a very good memory. Then he like runs away, and never thinking that he's ever gonna see her again. And then obviously he sees her a lot. Excuse me? What are you doing here?
I tracked you down because I felt we had a connection.
What?
I'm joking. I work here now to sell the moon. They're very different people. They come from very different places.
NASA's not something that you sell with a jingle and a slogan.
When I'm done, those men are going to be bigger than the Beatles. They have a shared goal,
Apollo 11 will land our men on the moon.
but different ways of getting there. Turn this into the moon.
So you're gonna lie?
It's called selling.
This just looks like a dirty beach.
No, it's called lying. She just comes in like a bowling ball and just starts wrecking things.
Am I interrupting?
Always.
Or fixing things, I would
Wrecking
say.
them and then putting them back together in a better way is where I was going.
It's a romantic comedy.
They just don't make movies like this anymore.
For sure. The chemistry seems to be there, which is cute enough. So set the premise. 'Cause it
Rocket
seems to
science
be
is not just
dated.
chemistry. Oh. Idiot. So you got a bit of a taste there of what's going on, but I said that I was saying to other people as well, it's not necessarily, maybe it's me, maybe it's the movie itself that's not sure what it wants to be, whether it's a rom-com, whether it's a space epic, whether it's, you know, a heisty type thing about the faking of the moon landing or anything. JP just says, the faking of the moon landing. I believe it really happened. Ryle's giving me side-eye there. We'll have a So to put it into a better perspective, Scarlett Johansson is this sort of like marketing genius. Think Mad Men, you know, that type of thing. And there is a public disinterest creeping in because of the expenses of stuff like the Vietnam War, with the idea of having a lunar project. And geez, maybe this is a conversation we're having today. It's like, hey, Earth is burning. Do you want to go to Mars, guys? Anyway, so that ties in, and then also might even tie into the fact that we're privatizing space a lot. So she brings in like brand sponsorship.
It's going to happen, man.
Oh, geez.
So, Bo, this is actually quite interesting because it's almost like a premonition of the world we're living in right now.
Man, it doesn't do me favors though, because hey, JP is an old commie that he is. As he is. The Soviets got there without the branding, and the Soviets actually won the race. I can argue that for
but
you.
how many people had to die to get us there?
Well,
That's the thing,
including in
and
this movie where
animals,
Channing Tatum has to deal with the fact that he basically lost American astronauts to mistakes. They died on both sides. So she has her past that she's coming from too. She seems to be running away from something, even though she's this, you know, finger guns type suave marketing person, but hidden underneath that there are layers. And him as well, there are layers, if you can believe that, under that tight shirt, of him having his own past that he's struggling with, having possibly felt like he failed those previous astronauts who died in testing, etc., etc. All of that stuff will come to the fore in its own, and JP doesn't want to give away too much, because like you said, it's the chemistry that it's about to. But on top of that, so on top of the rom-com, is, hey, you got Woody Harrelson, that's good news, I like him. He plays this, is he CIA? Agent, this go-between who weasels her into NASA, and obviously the scientists are not happy with the marketers. They bang heads because, well, you know, can engineering and branding ever meet? we have these problems here too. But that's just the facts of life, and I suppose it worked out in the end. But on the side, as a side dish, which feels like a betrayal to him, she doesn't tell him that she is told by this secret agency to secretly in parallel film a landing just in case stuff goes sideways.
Basically, there's truth in everything.
But my problem, if I give you a quick evaluation, is that I don't know that it reaches 100% mark with each aspect. It's not the perfect rom-com, and I know nothing can be, and it's not perfectly trying to be in space epic, and it's not perfectly trying to be this heisty type Ocean's 11 type feeling. There are better movies that you can watch for each one of these things, and it's not a total failure in those respects. It's just like, what do you want movie? Like, and this is one of the reasons that maybe they didn't know how to market this to people. Is this going to be a couple's night movie?
What lane does it sit
Is this a
in,
Gravity
for
movie?
sure,
Is this Apollo 13? Is this an oceans type thing. So yeah, it's got bright and funny moments. The chemistry is sweet enough. It's hard to believe Channing Tatum is a science genius. But, let's have a look at the chemistry first.
Give him
What I
a
was
shot,
saying there,
man.
that tension between the branding versus the science, and can those two worlds coexist? Maybe they can on a single heavenly body, the moon. Yeah, it is. Fly me to the moon.
Omega.
Look, this isn't Madison Avenue. We don't pay for this stuff.
No, it's cost-free. The brands get a tie-in money can't buy, and NASA works its way into the minds of everyday people.
A watch ad. That's your big idea?
Ready? Toothpaste. Tang. The energy breakfast drink chosen for Apollo astronauts on their trip to the moon.
Moon coupons.
What? My personal favorite? Fruit of the Loom, right? The guys got to wear something under those big suits, don't they?
NASA, like Fruit of the Loom. Look, I am not turning this ship into a flying billboard, no matter how much you want it to happen. And, by the way, we don't have time to test all this before liftoff.
We don't have to send any of this up into space as long as we say it went.
Oh, so you're gonna lie?
It's called selling. We're not lying to the customer. We're changing the way they think.
No, it's called lying.
Okay, I'm calling it a rom-com.
Okay.
I'm calling it a rom-com.
maybe that's the thing. Go in there with your own arrow, with your own trajectory of how you're going to watch the thing.
But isn't every story a love story, my bro?
Oh, wow.
He
My
says
job right
as he
there.
looks deeply into my eyes, the quivering lip. Yes, right now.
It's the human story, okay? Should people go and watch this, or should people be
your
trepidatious?
worst pickup line ever. So, yeah, like I said, I think maybe if it did... Even in stuff like the score, I'll put it this way, there will be whole scenes where if you change just the music, it becomes a thriller. And then if you change the music again, it would become a shempies kind of scene. Movies probably shouldn't be able to flick-flack that easily based on one dimension to itself. So sadly, I can only give it 5 out of 10. Even though I love Channing Tatum, even though I love Scarlett Johansson, I've got a big soft spot for Channing Tatum. I just do not know what this movie sort of wanted from us.
Well, we're calling it the year's biggest rom-com. Go and check it out for yourself. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Fly Me to the Moon. I think there is going to be a little bit of something in for everybody. So go open your mind and explore. Well, I know it's not that far away. It's just the moon, but we haven't been there in 50 years. So maybe it's time that we went back.
Out tomorrow.
Didn't I tell you that it would be an out-of-this-world experience chatting with JP? Oh, my word. I can't wait to see Fly Me to the Moon. But I also can't wait to see this superstar that we're sitting with here today continue to just fly and take on the world. Listen, this is a gentleman who hails from Ladysmith in KZN. He is a singer, songwriter, and producer. I am talking about Kola, a.k.a. Stallion. And when we talk about people who are truly taking on the world and showing everyone what it means to follow your dreams, we're talking about this guy right here. He is someone who has been instrumental in the success of the 2023 winners from the Metro FM Music Awards, at least some of them. And he also continues to thrive at Inkabi Records. I tell you, my friend, he's the future of music in South Africa. And I absolutely love the fact that we get to celebrate him extra today because he is dropping a single. It is called Namhlanje. So let's celebrate him today. Everybody, let's give it up for Kola, a.k.a. Stallion. Hello, King. All righty. That's good, Tanwasami. Thank you for waking up for us.
Yeah, I tried.
No. You made it. Tell me, Puti, when we talk about Kola, when he was a young man, somebody who was coming from a Ladysmith, where did your love for music start?
I think ngale boma 2005 ngekhathi zabo Zola zabo Mandoza. I used to listen to my uncle had a stereo that you can tape yourself using the cassettes. But then my cassette ingoma Zola, which is Zola's album, Mandoza's album. I just taped myself on those ones, then scratch his songs. Then I would always get a beating for that, but it made me here. So,
Exactly. It was worth it, ne? 100%. So you were there singing Galagata.
I'd do a lot of things. I'd even record my own, you see, Lezito Leze Lalagret. Yeah, I'd be another voice and another voice and another voice. Yeah, that's how much it is. That's how much I would just mess everything up. Yeah, well,
I love that.
But then I just always wanted to be the entertainer, or so. And then music chose me first, but still coming out with other things too. Yeah, 'cause I'm older.
Okay,
Yeah.
so will we see you acting one day, since you're saying you used to be the different voices and
It's
everything?
not even that far. It's just gonna be now.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
But Ola, speak to me about this, because of course we said we're going on a musical journey with you in terms of what you've gone through in this industry. When
Yeah.
you moved to Johannesburg in 2016, and
Yeah.
after some time you went back to KZN. What happened? What were some of the challenges that you faced as an artist in Mzansi?
It's just when you come to Joburg, just looking for one thing, you never really find it.
Sure.
So I came to Joburg mina ngizofuna ukuthi nami ngibe umculi or be an actor or anything. But then first I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have enough money, no food, you know. So I was like, let me go back home because but to ngesiZulu kuhlehla kwenqama ukuthatha amandla. It's not like running. You're just going back uthatha amandla and then come back. So mangifika ekhaya, I just had this thought, no, ngiye lapha eGoli, and then I was looking for the wrong thing. Let me just go there and look for a job that will provide indlu yokulala and then ukudla and everything.
Sure.
Then I will hustle music here nayo yonke into. Then I did that, and uma ngibuya back, I was like, I-attack ngenye indlela, and then I won.
And you did.
Yeah,
and now you're on Expresso. Now
Yeah,
you're
I'm
winning
on TV
awards.
now.
You know what I mean?
I'm on TV now.
But Ola, speak to me about this, because I mean, when somebody hears that you came here and you didn't have a plan, you were just like, I'm coming and I just want to try something. Where were you sleeping? What were you eating? Bunabani?
I had friends, yeah, but then you know how it is. If I went out late to Luto, it's always going to be a problem, you know. But they just didn't really tell me. I just figured out they're not happy because I'm here all the time. They would wake up and go to work. I was like, nah, man. Because I was out trying to look for a life.
Yeah.
But then I just like, no, man. Let me just restart. And then I did.
And we were tola mandla.
Yes.
And you came back namandla. Oh, hectic. And of course, you came back and now you are working with the likes of Big Zulu.
Yeah.
How did that come about, Vutwam?
Kunalento sisabathi timing, you know, but but timing is everything.
Yeah.
Because the way it happened, it was just like in a blink of an eye. Like, okay, I recorded a song a day before and I shot a video of me singing that same song I recorded and I posted it. There was Java there was Big Zulu there. And then when I got there, Big Zulu was like, then it was like, I saw you, Tata nazi numbers and come to the studio. I was like, oh, hey. Then but then I spent, I think, like 3 months because he was busy at that time. And then nginila studio ngamthola khona. Wangitshela ukuthi ayikhuleka linda nje kancane ngalinda. Lapho ngiyasebenza vele 9 to 5. And then after that umjida wangifonela wathi, come on bro, it was a studio so sebenza. Ngacela ukuphuma emsebenzini kwaku3 ukushayisa ngo6.
Exactly.
But ngacela ukuphuma ngo3 ngathi ngiyacela, this is just my break.
I was going to say, you can't let go of that opportunity.
Nah, I couldn't. I was like, nah, if abafuni ngangizovela ngihambe nje once. Yeah. But then bangivumela luckily, and then Ivolovolo came out. When we went to the studio, we did Ivolovolo. And then I couldn't even write verses on the song. I was like,
But then you eventually did it.
Yeah, we eventually came up with a song, so yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Ola, I feel like you are such a huge example of what it means to start again.
Yeah.
It's okay to start again, and it's okay to go back and get that strength from Ekaya. So well done to you, Buti, and we're so proud of you.
Yeah,
and we can't wait for you to perform for us.
Yeah,
Expresso family, you need to stick around. This guy right here, so talented. If you don't know his work just yet, my friend, you're about to fall in love. I can tell you that much. But we still got a whole lot for you to fall in love with. The likes of the Euro 2024 finals. It's coming your way, and it is big stuff. You know the finals are always a huge deal. But we also know that a big deal as well is you looking after yourself. So please, you need to come along with us on this journey we're going to be taking in terms of finding out how we can prioritize self-care, because you deserve to be taken care of. Don't go anywhere. We're taking care of you in the name of feeling good right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a short break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. So many questions in my head, and I'm sure you're feeling the same about Euros 2024. This morning, we're going to unpack the highly anticipated Euro 2024 finals. It's been a special year, and from an intense start with 24 teams, we've now reached the thrilling climax as Spain, who look really good, take on England, who didn't look really that good up until a point last night. And we're going to delve into the strategies, some of those standout moments and predictions for this epic showdown, brought to you by our friends at World Sports Betting. And of course, our Expresso sports producer, Lorenzo Daris, helps us unpack the massive clash. I'd love to go onto the betting platform right now and check out what the odds are, because I think England are a good bet because there is so much negativity swirling around this team all the time. So when they do something special, i.e. make it through to the first win away in a semi-final, that's a big one. But let's start before last night's action and talk about the Spanish team and their progression against the French. Take me through that encounter, because those are two teams brimming with young talent.
Yeah, and it could be the end of an era when it comes to the French team. We could be seeing some changes, some players retiring, but we're going to turn our attention to the Spanish team. They were absolutely amazing. They've been doing things since the beginning, and everyone was like, where's the...
The fact that someone so young, the Spanish team, unbeaten, as I understand it, through this run, which is also unheard of. Can they be beaten? Looking at the way that they can play both styles, they can keep the ball, they can counter-attack very effectively. When you look at a team that is this well-grounded and running with this kind of level of form, can they be beaten?
The amount of confidence in that team at the moment is what every sports team would like. Down the hosts Germany, which we thought Germany would, with Nachelmann's, they would come through and they would actually take it because it's their home tournament.
And it's big home. You don't realize those stadiums are filled with local fans.
Yes, local fans.
Which is amazing. We saw that in Dortmund last night.
Yeah, 50,000 Germans screaming at you and going crazy there, wanting their team to win. And Spain just held their composure, and it's the same with them playing against France. They just held their composure. They knew they could get over the line. They just needed to find the cracks. And if you look at Yamal's goal, he literally goes out and comes in so smoothly and fluently and gets that ball in there. You would never say he's 16 years old. 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds would be smiling and saying, that's things that we do, not a 16-year-old.
That's a Zidane move after 30 years.
You get it.
Yeah, and I will say, and before we let go of that game, I feel like the Mbappe itch hasn't been scratched, but maybe he's just feeling comfortable being surrounded by Spanish players, and he's... so I feel like heartbroken for this French team, because I think they haven't achieved their potential. But kudos to the Spanish outfit, who are going into the final favourites up against England, courtesy of their
everyone's
win.
favourite.
And we love to hate the English. We love to hate Gareth Southgate. He himself failed in a Euro.
Kudos to the Netherlands. I thought that they had peaked at the right moment, and I was completely wrong with England playing. And Gareth Southgate got the substitutions right last night. He's not been getting those right. People have been complaining about who he's been bringing on. Mainu, coming on. Phil Foden now coming off. Harry Kane coming off. Watkins going on. Last night, I saw a team that could win this tournament for the first time. And I'm like, cause and injury was there, and that's the new rule. It's not what could have happened. It's what, or what ifs, if I can put it like that. And his studs went up. He got a bit of a touch on it. Carragher came out on socials and said, not a penalty. We don't agree with this rule. I don't see it as a penalty.
It's very new school,
It's very new school. I'm trying to figure out, did the VAR come through and Talswire come through and go and check it? I don't think so, because usually they get alerted, and he gave a free kick, and then I think the pressure of the players and saying that there's a new rule, what's going on? He had his studs up, can we not look at it? And that's when it changed.
And it means the refs are going to have to be so on it in those moments. I absolutely love it. Well, so many different factors informing how this one is going to turn out. If you want to put a little money on it and have some real excitement waiting for that result, head over to worldsportsbetting.co.za. Make sure that you get your bets down. Who are going to be crowned the kings of Europe? I think Spain, they definitely are incumbent, but England, they've never done it before. There is something really special brewing in that team if they can just get it right. So you can share your predictions. Let us know how you're feeling about Euros 2024 on our socials.
Always grateful to the lads coming through with a great conversation and getting us hyped up for the weekend. And maybe while you plan your weekend, you want to get your look on. So let's do just that. We're going to dive into the world of self-care today and bring you some of the top facial hair trends for 2024. Now, we're going to be showing you some of these trends. We're going to rediscover the freedom of looking an exceptional way, and that's all thanks to the power of a Bic in your hand. So giving you the freedom and the look to just be more confident is what it's all about. So whether you are a first time or a facial hair veteran, switching it up is key to looking and feeling fresh. So let's talk about these facial style trends for the 2024 season. And to do this, we've actually brought some incredible models in. First up, we're going to talk about the scruffy beard. And let us bring in a man to represent the perfect rendition of that. Look at you, dog.
I really let my beard get scruffy for the purposes of this, dude. I really did, yeah.
And I love your look. And before I even get into it, let's talk about it, because the scruffy beard is for that gritty look. It gives you a trimmed neckline. The scruff is a style that I think anyone can wear, and it's a reminder to use balm to maybe relieve the itch, because that is something that I'm sure you'll experience, right?
Completely, dude. Now, I made the mistake of doing a quick hotel shave in between a rehearsal and a show, dude.
Oh, yeah? And?
Yeah, I'm reaping the rewards right now. You feel it, but you've got to look after your skin. You forget, like, because the hair's there, you forget that there is a surface of skin underneath that you've got to really look after. Never mind the conditioning of the hair itself.
Yeah.
But I find the scruffy beard, if you've got a scruffy beard, the scruffy beard look works for me, if you understand what I mean. I don't have a very structured beard. It's a little bit patchy, so to let it grow out and thicken out makes a lot of sense for me. So I need to have a little bit more growth. I can't just go on a one all the time, you know?
Yeah, it does. And I love the scruffiness when you match it with something so elegant like a suit. You have the perfect balance of how this look can really sort of extend out towards what I think it should do. And the fact that you have the lower octaves in your voice, it all just matches up perfectly.
Not normally when I'm not on air. I talk like this all the time.
We're going to deliberate more on this in a bit, and I want to have a conversation with more gents, because I think it's healthy to have these conversations healthy to bring out these styles, and maybe we can digress with it. So we got another model for you, and for this look, we've talking about the scruffy beard look. What about the pencil moustache, or just the moustache in general? Now, if you have dark hair and features, this is a look for you. You can keep it thicker but short and follow the curve of your upper lip. Now, to showcase this, we got another model in the building, the one and only Chadwin. The man's looking absolutely dashing. I love this look, and I know G-Man will have a great comment on this, but for me, it really does elevate you, and especially when you look at our facial features and structures. I love how this has given me somewhat of a international flair to your appearance, bro. I must just say, it's giving. What's your rationality behind choosing that look? I mean, you have options when it comes to facial sort of styles. Why would you opt for a look like this?
Well, like the ridge from here, or from the nose to my mouth, I wouldn't pull off like a thin stash, man. So the line stash, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I thought, let me rather give the gents a thicker stash. I think it works better with my facial features, you know.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Did you discover it by mistake or on purpose? Were you shaving a full beard and then you just had your tash left? You were like, hang on a minute. Or was it intentional?
No, actually, on purpose.
Because I can't imagine you now in any other... I know you've carried a bit of a goatee before. Sorry that I'm examining your face as I sit next to you. But I get to see yours is one of the first faces I see every morning, you know what I'm saying? So it really does... I love the fact that guys can have a bit of fun and play with their facial features in that way. It's absolutely awesome, man.
I feel like it's the kind of look that you'd get ready for just before a date. It's kind of like, I'm going to make a statement. I'm a man. Let's do this. Listen, there's another look we wanted to talk about, and we don't have an ability to showcase it in live and in person, but we're going to talk about it, and that's the 5 o'clock shadow. Now, this is also known as a sort of stubble beard, and it's that timelessly classic look. It's something that I would have had just as I shave. I always go like a half or a number one. Maybe that's kind of my look for me. But as you can see, it's almost like an unintentional look. I'm sure, G-Man, if you do get a shave in before the next day or the 2 days after, you kind of get this look.
Yeah, and also like you want a bit of an ombre. So often I will have a bit of a 0.5, and that's why I like the shaping and the edging on your beard. You've got to get used to that. But of course, you've got a good beard for it, and you've got a perfectly symmetrical face, which I think really does help as well.
That's the thing for me. I have options. I mean, currently, I know when I was looking at the research in terms of all the different styles, I've got some somewhat of an anchor beard in the front. So if I was to shave all this off on the side, this right here actually creates an anchor. So that's called an anchor beard. I didn't know this. So I've got an anchor beard with a moustache and some lamb chops.
I'm going to call it the Popeye. Buddy, will you grow the pencils out a little bit for us again?
Sharpen it.
You're the only guy I know that can pull it off.
Imagine, yes, yeah, with the little curls. Oh, I absolutely love it. Listen, this is the conversation that should be happening more often, especially amongst gents, and especially when it comes to taking care of yourself, which is not just about looking good, but also about feeling good. And these guys do just that. And whether it's a clean shave or a well-groomed beard, prioritize your self-care and choose your perfect look with Big Flex, which is available at all participating retailers. And it's the perfect tool to enhance your features on your face and really bring out the best in you, and get some of these top 3 looks if you want. Plus, you can stand a chance to win a Big Flex hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand. It's really simple. All you got to do is reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us the following: how do you prioritize self-care in the hustle and bustle of life? Now, don't forget to use the hashtag #ChooseYourMastery, and the competition closes at midnight Sunday the 14th of July. Your T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com. Gents, I love that conversation. Thank you for coming through. I almost feel like I'm ready to elevate myself into the weekend, but we've still got a few hours in your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Mzansi, so don't go anywhere. There's still a lot to look forward to. We've got kitchen, we've got entertainment, and a whole lot more after this. See you.
It is true. We got so much to look forward to indeed, my Ryle. And gents, I love how you're just, in your self-care era. And this is how you continue to look after yourself, my Expresso family, by staying tuned right here on S3. Because coming up, Kola is going to be blowing you away, honey. He is so talented and truly someone who I believe is going to continue to lead the music industry into absolute success. He's going to be performing, so don't go anywhere. And then, how can you catch Artist Gear's documentary series? Well, my friend, we're going to be giving you all of the details about that in the next few. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, there's still so much to do right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Don't fall victim to intestinal worms. Use kid-friendly Vermox twice a year and get rid of unwanted guests. Vermox.
Family, you're on S3, and honey, selifiki lixesha lokujayiva ke manje, because we got Kola in the building. And Kola Standwazam, I must ask you, because it is a big day for you, and there's big things popping. Namhlanje with KO. Tell us about the song. What do we need to know about it?
It's just Istrata. One time it's that Kasi vibe, it's that new age kwaito that I'm just inventing over.
I love that. Did you hear that? He's inventing.
Yeah.
This is why we trust in you to lead us. I love it. Listen, Expresso family, I need you to remove the furniture. Let's have some fun because Ola's about to do the things with his brand new song with KO. It is called Namhlanje, everybody!
Iphethwe yimi namhlanje, iphethwe yimi namhlanje. Timali iphethwe yimi namhlanje, iphethwe yimi namhlanje. Amantombazane bada aphethwe yimi namhlanje, aphethwe yimi namhlanje. Ikhula box, igcwele mfi namhlanje, igcwele mfi namhlanje. Uyabona namhlanje thina solala le ngaphandle, thina solala le ngaphandle. Hayi nami sekushoda ngideshe, ingaphi zami zonke igezile. Itrip yami izane imendlela, intombi yami ntwana yami imelanini. Nami sekushoda ngideshe, ingaphi zami zonke igezile. Itrip yami izane imendlela, intwana yami, ntwana yami, ntwana yami.
City past one, better my home she sweetie plus one. Meaning was land bad girl, skitty what one. Yams too thick, big titties, you lost now. Baby, I can spoil you, you might get a lump sum. Like me no Mustang, vibe with a bad man. And baby, if low, yeah, you might get this fun some. And if I die, kids and wife in a trust fund. Ziggy, ziggy, za, ziggy, 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 za. I know my white neighbors thinking I'm a criminal. But born I ain't a mal. I'm just a killer with the lyrical shorty smoking on a little bit of za. Movie when I show up. Martell blue 60s puzo when I pull up. Yeah, switch ala maleno ang fanisi na malemen. We just made another bang as I don't feel sama pain.
Nami sekushoda ngideshe, ingaphi zami zonke igezile. Itrip yami izane imendlela, intwana yami, ntwana yami, ntwana yami. Lentombi leza kuzona ikhebelesh, khebelesh. Vulani ibhasi ngicela ikhulule. Inkabi zami zonke ikhethe, steshe. Abathi khuza amapantula inkinga. Umfana kasist uthi impela useyinkinga. Ungamthini, wena ungamthini. Udala imkhuba ngemuva lebhexi. Abathi koko, singena neighbor. Ijuza na ideda amapantula ngena. Stila nalenkabi leza senza kwenzeka. Hlanganisike sezami vele nami sekushoda ngideshe, ingaphi zami zonke igezile. Itrip yami izane imendlela, intombi yami ntwana yami imelanini. Nami sekushoda ngideshe, ingaphi zami zonke igezile. Itrip yami izane imendlela, ntwana yami, ntwana yami, ntwana yami.
That was just absolutely incredible. Naula, thank you so much for coming through, giving us the energy we need and the warmth, especially on a day like this. We'll get more performances in just a bit, but for now, though, it's 2 minutes past the hour and I'm standing by with official duties. Now, we're going to start off with national headlines, and the new mayor of the eThekwini Metro, Cyril Ngaba, has pledged the make service delivery his main priority. Now, he was elected unopposed yesterday during a special session of the eThekwini Metro Council. He pledged replacing Ngolisi Kwanda, who was redeployed by the ANC to the National Council of Provinces. Now, Xaba is a former ANC Member of Parliament and Chairman of the Defence Oversight Committee, which stated that the recent water outages in Hillcrest and Claremont Extension were unacceptable and ordered a thorough report into the issue. While sticking to national headlines, Gauteng police have confirmed they are investigating a case of culpable homicide following a horror accident that claimed the lives of 12 pupils and their transport driver in Fochville yesterday morning. Now, police spokesperson Brigadier Brenda Murelidi said the accident occurred at about 7 a.m. on Blyvoorde Road. Now, this near the N12 highway in the Wedela area. Now, Muridili said the pupils were being transported to the Rocklands and Blyvoorde Uitzig primary schools in Blyvoorde Uitzig. Now, the cause of the accident still remained unknown. While moving over to international headlines, and US President Joe Biden has committed to supplying 5 new strategic air defense systems to Ukraine. Now, Biden made the promise during his speech to welcome leaders of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization in Washington, D.C. Now, he stated that America will collaborate with Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Romania to donate Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine amid rising civilian casualties in the conflict. Now, 3 days ago, 43 people were killed and hundreds injured in Russian airstrikes across Ukraine, including an attack on a children's hospital in Kiev. Well, carrying on with international headlines, Rwanda has stated it is not required to refund the UK after a multi-million-pound migrant deal between the two countries was scrapped. Now, new UK Prime Minister and Labour Party leader Keir Starmer announced at the weekend that the plan to deport some asylum seekers to Rwanda was dead and buried. Now, the scheme was initiated by the previous Conservative government, which has paid Rwanda £240 million since revealing the plan in 2022. Now, Rwanda's government clarified that paying back the money was never part of the agreement. Now, lastly, in our headlines, Cape Nature has an exciting new Cubs Club ambassador. Now, Kai, the Cape Leopard Cub, debuted last week, charming both Cubs Club members and the public. Now, representing Cape Nature, Kai's unique personality and love for learning will captivate nature lovers. Now, Cape leopards, smaller than other African leopards, inhabit the Western Cape's rugged mountains and fynbos valleys. Now, Cape Nature CEO Dr. Ashley Naidu highlighted Kai's role in symbolizing growth and the importance of a healthy ecosystem. Now, Kai's name means fighter and protector of the earth, and this is fittingly reflecting his role as a nature guardian. Now, as ambassador, Kai will promote environmental awareness, visit reserves, participate in public events, and engage with children through educational programs. Now, it's exciting competitions and events featuring Kai, which will be announced on social media, so definitely look out for that. And here's another plug to look out for all things sport, because here's G-Man with the latest.
And Kai does look like a cool guy. Thanks for that one. Inspirational note. So let's see if we can continue on that emotional thread. And we start with football. As Ollie Watkins, he came on and did it. He scored a dramatic injury time. And England, as a result, will now face high-riding Spain on Saturday for the European title. Now let's turn to rugby, and 6 seasoned players, including 2016 bronze medalist Roscoe Speckman, headline the 14-man Springbok 7 squad headed to the 2024 Olympics in Paris, just weeks away now. So Speckman, along with Impie Visser, Zane Davids, Selvin Davids, Ronald Brown and Saviwe Soizwapi, all from the 2021 Tokyo squad, who I think will feel they have a point to prove. They're going to be aiming for gold. And the Blitzboks face Ireland, New Zealand and Japan in a pretty tough Pool A. And their first match gets underway on the 24th of this month. That's up against the Irish. What a way to start. Now let's turn to the tennis Grand Slam that's stealing all the headlines. Novak Djokovic advanced to a record-tying 13th Wimbledon semi-final after Alex de Minaur withdrew due to a hip injury. So de Minaur, the Australian 9th seed, announced his withdrawal at the All England Club, expressing his understandably devastation. Djokovic, aiming to match Roger Federer's 8 Wimbledon titles, has now reached a record 49th men's Grand Slam semi-final. He's going to break records that will never be reset. Djokovic will now face Italian Lorenzo Musetti after he defeated an exhausted Tommy Fritz 3-6, 7-6 That was 7-5 on the tiebreak, 6-2, 3-6, 6-1 in an absolute marathon last night. Now let's turn to cycling and all eyes on the Tour. Jonas Vingegaard, he edged out Tadej Pogačar in a thrilling Tour de France Stage 11 in the central region yesterday. So Vingegaard's victory came after countering Pogačar's fierce attacks throughout, with Remco Evenepoel and Primož Roglic finishing third and fourth. This is a powerhouse field this year. And then Pogačar, he now leads the overall standings, followed by Evenepoel with Vingegaard and Roglic in fourth place. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour. Touch on those headlines again around 8 o'clock. Let's take a look at the roads and see how the crazy weather is affecting and any warnings to take in.
Thank you so much, Jivan. And yes, let's see how we can assist you when it comes to traffic. And we're starting off in Midrand, Gauteng. Now, there are roadworks taking place on the R21. Now, this is southbound before Olifantsfontein Road, and 2 right lanes are closed, so please do drive carefully if passing through the area. When I move to Cape Town in Maitland, and again, the weather is definitely taking its toll. There's flooding on the N1 inbound. Now, this before Kuburg interchange. Again, as you can see from the visuals, the right lane is closed, so you are going to be definitely expecting some delays. So I'd suggest you plan your route accordingly and drive carefully amidst the heavy rain and windy conditions. Now we're going to stick to Cape Town because there is also flooding outbound, and this on Sable Road. Now the left lane is closed, so again we ask you to avoid the affected areas and make use of an alternative route. And I think again, just based on the weather conditions right now, you should buckle up, stay safe and plan your routes accordingly. From the roads now to the sky, let's find out what's happening in the world of weather. Right, we definitely need to pay attention to this one because the South African Weather Service has issued warnings for disruptive rain and winds across many parts of South Africa. Now, starting with damaging winds causing localized damage and difficult driving conditions, which are expected in the southern Free State and the western and northern parts of the Eastern Cape. Now, on top of this, the southern Namakwa region, central Karoo, Cape Winelands, Overberg and western Garden Route will also be affected. Now, coastal regions from Lambert's Bay to Mossel Bay, including Table Bay and Struisbaai, will face damaging winds and waves. And an orange level 8 warning is in place for disruptive rain, leading to flooding and potential mudslides in Cape Town, Drakensberg and Stellenbosch. Now, similar rain is also expected in Witzenberg, Swartland, West Coast, Northern Cape Winelands and the Western Overberg districts. But moreover, on top of all of this, we also have a crazy contrast of extremely high fire danger conditions, which are forecasted for central South Africa as well as the northeastern KwaZulu-Natal. Now, for detailed forecasts, you can visit www.weathersa.co.za and you can plan that day accordingly, and I think the rest of the week too. For now, though, let's bring in some positivity and celebrate another beautiful sunrise view all the way out from Ballito. And I've got to say thanks to Andrew for sending this one in. Andrew, an absolute banger right here. I love how the sun is playing this sort of faded game of Tetris with the clouds as they all seem to fit together in such a beautiful ombre tone. I love it, man. Andrew, well played. You can stay. Now, we're going to try to do this all again in the next hour. So a reminder to you, Mzansi, the number is 063-408-8863. And that's a call to action to send in your most incredible sunrise view wherever you are in the country or, hey, even the world. For now, though, let's see how we can assist you when it comes to the temperatures that you can expect on your side of town.
Oh man, no snarky comments about Uppington or anywhere in the country today. Please stay safe out there. I know from fire warnings to the craziest weather, please pick your routes, and if you can, just avoid roads and any low-lying area. Well, right now, we're going to give you another reasons to stay indoors. Today, we are going to be reviewing a documentary show of real people and very real stories that has 2 documentary seasons per year of 13 episodes each in total. Wow. And you want to catch every second because these are hard hitting.
Yeah, I could not disagree with you there, because the aim behind creating these documentaries is to create social awareness regarding current topics that are happening around us. Now, we're talking about milestones that we face, neglected communities and people, and also important figures of society. I absolutely love this. It's something that I think we could all enrich ourselves with, right?
Completely, because this is life happening right now. This isn't the past, this isn't a projected future, this is as it plays out in our lived reality right now. So let's focus on tonight's episode. And this one's going to be, I think, a bit of an alarm bell. We're going to be talking about vaping and children. Sure. Now, and it's titled Spreading Like a Wildfire. And this one is brought to us by the incredible documentarian Etienne Ludick. This is a trend amongst everybody we've seen, okay, certainly within the social media space, but amongst children in particular. And it's been, I suppose, sold as the innocent version, healthier version of smoking. And I've used vaping to transition out of smoking, so I get that notion. But then there is another layer that you need to embrace, and that's not being connected to.
Yeah, man. Crazy
it's terrifying, man.
And I think it's something that is happening all around the world, not just in South Africa, but especially in our country right now. So I think this is even encouraged by some parents for their children to rather vape than smoke cigarettes even, which is absolutely crazy. And that just extends to that fallacy we are somehow creating. So the question is, do you think more parents have this or are doing this because they are ignorant these days? Or the question really is, how do you think these kinds of stories will empower and help educate the audience about things we deal with on a regular basis? So you think that this is common knowledge, but I think this is the real importance behind these, to actually document the real truth behind all of this.
Do you know what the most powerful thing I heard in rooms full of very intelligent people last week? We don't know what we don't know. And we constantly assume that other people understand. We are very privileged to speak to the people that we do, the experts that we know. This is an opportunity for all of us to plug into the source. And what Etienne has done here, and how deeply he has dived into the subject matter. He's going to give us the facts as they stand right now. In these documentaries, they'll be airing every Thursday. And if you want to listen, go over to RSG, Afrikaans National Radio Station, every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Or you can catch the podcast on rsg.co.za afterwards. I don't know why I have to say the RSG in Afrikaans and then .co.za in English. But it's just the way it works. But I would suggest, if you have kids, especially kind of the adolescent phase, this seems to be a really, really potent conversation to have at the moment.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. I'm going to be excited for this one. Looking forward to it indeed, and looking forward to the rest of the show. Mzansi, we've got lots to look forward to right now. So
Abs.
Yeah, let's head over to Josie and find out more.
Oh, my word. You know what I love most about our colleagues at the SABC? They just continue to give us the content that matters, honey. But it is also what we're about here on Expresso, which is why, my friend, you need to stick around. Are you listening? It is, like I said, presidential, monumental, the first African Mr. Supranational. He is from right here in South Africa, and we've got him in the building, Dr. Fezile Mkhize, baby. We're going to be catching up with him as he just came from Poland not too long ago, and I'm so excited for us to do so. And then we are also going to be seeing who comes out on top. I told you it is Ryle versus Graham. They're going to be going head-to-head to create a classic masterpiece. I'm so excited for it, and you should be as well. And this is why we're going to take a short break just so we can, gain that, little bit of strength that we need to watch it. And we're going to get into it on the other side of this.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And my friend, it is a huge morning. We get to celebrate one of our own. Someone who has gone to do the biggest of the biggest and has now said, South Africa, I am representing you as your Mr. Supranational. Of course, I'm talking about Dr. Fezile Mkhize. He is an actor. He is a presenter, the top travel king. He is somebody who continues to show everyone that you can be everything all at once and excel in each and every one of them because he is also a doctor. Everyone, please give it up for our first African Mr. Supranational ever, Dr. Fezile Mkhize.
Wow. I've been on the set before. I feel like that's one of the best introductions I've had. It's amazing.
Listen, it happens when you become Mr. Supranational.
I'm getting used to these things. You know, usually it's like, oh, Dr. Fez. Now there's a whole like soliloquy before Mr. Supranational 2024.
Yeah, but that's because of the work that you're doing, King. And we're so proud of you. You're a national treasure. I mean, you always were, you and your abs, but you know now, even more so, because you are now representing us on this global stage. I want to ask you, because fresh out of Poland, you've just come from that moment when they said, Fezile Mkhize is 2024's Mr. Supranational. Speak to us about that.
It's crazy because even before I heard the announcement, our final Q&A, I got to speak about something that was very close to my heart. My grandmother and my mother, who are my biggest inspirations. They're the people who always tell me that you can do more than what you think you can do, have more than what you have. So when they actually said it, most people see, I was kind of closing my eyes and they were asking, what were you thinking in that moment before they made the announcement? Because they really waited. They're like, and it is tension.
12 years.
Yeah, tension. And in that moment, I was just like, I was serene. I was at peace with whatever happened. I knew my granny was watching, my aunt had passed, who I dedicated the whole journey to. Wayne Stafford was the previous national director who had also passed. And yeah, just in that moment, I was calm. So when they said it, I was like, okay, we did something. I was like, Africa, Nazoge, we've done something. We've done something. And yeah, just sitting here makes it feel so much more real because Expresso is the place to go when it comes to announcements like this.
That's right. And I love that you know it because our friend...
All the big moments, like top travel, anytime I've done anything major, I've come here and I've told everybody Mzansi. So yeah, this is amazing.
It is amazing. And Fez, the thing that blows my mind about you is the fact that you haven't done pageantry for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah, you started with the one pageant that you did.
Mr. World,
and now look at you, where you are. Speak to us about the fact that like this is something that is genuinely new to you, but now you're having to just like immerse yourself in it and honestly taking on this new journey as a whole.
I think for me, when it comes to pageantry, everybody has their preconceptions, their thought processes. When I think of pageantry, it's always about taking people who I think are amazing, usually come from quite humble, simple beginnings, and they build themselves up, and then they end up being these lights that tell people that if things are hard, if things don't quite make sense, you can still build yourself up, I have a term, brick by brick, by laying one brick at a time every single day, and hopefully you become somebody that the community is proud of. And yeah, for me, that's what's always helped me in life through all the things that I've done to be able to try succeed. To try succeed.
To try succeed. You have succeeded. You have the sash. What more do you want?
Honestly, the sash is very heavy. I feel like even when I put it on, I'm just like, make sure you are very eloquent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Posture.
The Mr. Supranational voice. I don't know. This is a different voice. I haven't heard this one.
Wow.
I like it. It looks good on you.
There's maybe it's a gravatas.
Exactly.
There's a gravatas.
There it is. There it is.
Big with gravatas.
You know, when you say gravitas, you use words like onus.
Oh, you must own it.
Own us. Okay, so now, Dr. Fezile Mkhize, as Mr. Supranational, the onus is on you. Tell us, what did it feel like having the whole of South Africa literally behind you and rooting for you?
Do you know, I tell this to people, and I wanna give a deep thank you to Ladies House. It's a group on Facebook. They are always pushing forward South Africans if they ever need votes or any comments when it comes to the social media space. And I just want to say thank you to them. They were absolutely amazing. They allowed me to be one of the top people when it came to being an influencer. They really were pushing the fact that they are from South Africa. I'm Zulu, so they also love that. And as a Zulu person, I just shout out to the ancestors. But it's just one of those beautiful things when it comes to our country. We've gone through so much, but we always band together on an international platform. And that's what I tell people. Come to South Africa because there's all sorts of things that might not be going 100%, but the one thing you'll get is flavor, is love, is accommodation. So it was amazing. And to stand here as the first African, first South African Mr. Supranational, and I say first because it's not the last.
Exactly, there it is.
It's a start.
This is what I love about you, is that you are laying down the foundation for others to come after you and make sure that they also 100% follow their dreams.
Of course.
So this is why I then ask you, Faiz, because there are a lot of people who want to give up on their dreams sometimes, because sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah.
What do you say to those people as Mr. Supranational?
Same thing I said as my final answer to the final show. It's never too late. My grandmother, humble beginnings, worked as a domestic worker, made incredibly smart, very articulate. But during the times, apartheid, everything else might have constrained her. My mother, similarly, was the head girl, very smart, first person to go to varsity. So I'm just like, if I have these superheroes in my life and they were able to push, their dreams weren't fully actualized until I'm standing here or sitting here in front of you. My brother's a doctor, I'm a doctor, my sister's also done tertiary education. Your dreams are valid. They more importantly need to be fulfilled, and they only expire when you do. And sometimes, if they're big enough, they move on to multiple generations. Okabazela are very incredible people, but I know that's a South African thing.
And there will be more, and they will be greater. And also, very quickly, Faiz, we don't have time. I want to ask you, Men's Health cover, so proud of you, congratulations. But I also know the foundation that you have. Great work. In 30 seconds, tell us what it's about.
Well, I've had a number of Men's Health covers, thankfully. Those are up there in my awards, kind of one of the top things, even with this. And it's always about trying to make sure, Wusi, you're not just mentally sharp, you're physically sharp as well. And as a role model now, which blows my mind, I always have to make sure, Wusi, get right. Boxes ticked every morning. I actually did a workout before I came in.
So now he said the word workout, and I'm so scared.
Nazo.
Because he's going to be working out here with us. But not with us, and the crew's forcing me. I'm the one who's doing it. I'm so scared, but you know what? It's okay. I will survive because I've got your support, Expresso family, and it is going to be happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But now, though, I know we're feeling good in Johannesburg. Cape Town family, how good are we feeling?
We're going to have a little bit of fun here right now, and I love the fact that, yes, Sanela is going to be put through her paces with Mr. Abs in just a moment. But Faiz, congratulations, my brother. We absolutely love you. We were just thinking, who's going to beat Faiz in that space? Ain't nobody. Or maybe we could beat him in this space, though. This is our house, okay? And the elegance of vanilla custard lies in its timeless simplicity, a dessert that captures the essence of indulgence and tradition as well in every single sip or spoonful, because we do also like to glug it out of the tub. That's fine. So today we're taking it back by crafting some of our favorite custard-inspired classics that invoke some nostalgic joy and delicious satisfaction, well, hopefully, in our Custard Creations Challenge. So what we're going to be doing, it's going to be really easy. We are spoiled for choice when it comes to our array, our smorgasbords of ingredients typically used to create the most delectable custard-inspired desserts, things like trifles, little tartlets. And we're going to have 2 minutes to create our favorite treat that heroes the Clover Vanilla Custard. And our creations will be judged on creativity and flavor. All right. So I don't know who we're going to bring in to judge, or maybe we can just judge ourselves. There will be a judge, okay? I hear from the heavens above, okay, that there will be a judge.
I just appreciate like the fact that we somehow sourced the rainbow for the ingredients here. This is amazing. Look at the colors.
I'm all about color when it comes to dessert because I've got young kids. So you must just explode with color and people must love it. So, buddy, we got 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I'm digressing here because I'm almost overwhelmed.
We can't cheat, though, because I know if you really wanted a winner, you just pour all of this straight into the cup, and that would be the win.
I was thinking of just swapping this out. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it, buddy. Go for it. All the best of luck.
Is there a plan?
It's just overwhelming.
Is there a plan?
I don't know, dude. I think we just follow your flow. Just follow your flow. I'm going to go with what I know I love.
What is that? Coriander?
Just all of it, yeah, just everything. But for me, what's really exciting here is the color. The fact that we've got a little bit of... What are you doing, man? Did you just...
I'm trying to create some layers of perfection here, an excellence.
I love it. No, you must, because if you're going to create something like a trifle, texture is important, yeah? You've got to have a bit of a mix.
I believe that for sure, man. Definitely.
I'm going to ask our powers up on high in the ivory tower to please just keep us abreast of time.
Yeah, please. How much time do we have on this, by the way?
2 minutes. Well, that ship has long since sailed, so we've probably got about a minute.
G-Man, how are you looking over there, bro? I like your colors.
Yeah, man. I thought let's just... Whoa. All right.
There we go.
I feel like we can squeeze one more of you in
Okay,
here.
I'm definitely going to continue with my layered
It's 1 minute to
theme.
go, my brother. 1 minute to go.
The layers aren't showing that well, but come on, we can make this right.
All right, so I'm using the traditional vanilla-flavored clover custard, which I absolutely love. By now, I would have normally had about 3 or 4 globes out of it directly. It's just all so beautiful.
It is. Oh, man, I could spend hours creating different sort of mixes with all these colors. There's so many options here.
We have a little knife playing around here.
And,
Okay, 30
we've got
seconds.
like
Let's not
30
even
seconds
play.
left, G-Man.
Let's not
We
even
need to step
play
it up
with
here,
30
bro.
seconds left.
Come on.
This is all actually looking really... see, simplicity is the key. Because clover custard, the simplicity is what wins out.
It is.
They
It
haven't
is.
needed to update or change it too much.
So that means you should use a lot more of it in this creation because it's going to get you the win at the end of the day. We've got 10 more seconds left.
6, 5,
4, 3, 2... No, don't ruin it, don't ruin it. And stop, Raul, and stop.
Whoa, hey, I like what you
did. Don't you dare, don't you dare.
Yes.
Raul didn't do it, Raul didn't do it, he didn't touch it, I touched it after the
Hey,
fact.
I like
Okay.
what you did, bro. Very nice.
I gave him a hat, a little fascinator.
And you've got layers. You've got, I think, just enough of the Clover Classic custard over there, so that's a win too.
I could have added, in retrospect, I think another layer of the clover at the base would have been good.
Yeah.
But I like the look of it. Buddy, talk me through your little creation there.
I also just wanted to try get as many layers as I could.
I like it.
But I think let's not talk too much about it. And before we do, let's get it. Of course, this would be our judge.
I was going to say, do we even need to call the judge? How you doing? Lorenzo, okay.
Yes, wow.
Before you have a little taste of this creation, Raul's going to talk you through it and then go wild, buddy.
So let me just paint the picture here, right?
Yes.
So we've got classic custard layers in between a trifle ensemble, but we've brought a nature boy infusion with some fruits and nuances of nature. And that's the berries coming in.
Mine is party in a glass, yo. When you got jelly, when you got custard, I even gave a little party hat. Okay,
yeah, Nature Boy looks a little bit confused over here. We've got it's chaos with the nature. This one looks like it came out of private school, though. It's like,
wow, we're moving up in the world.
Yeah, you're
Quite
moving
bougie.
up in the world.
Okay, let's. So no lips.
Yes,
cool. Or touch that.
I'm going to go with this one over here. There's something about trifle that looks unorganized that's so more appealing.
Ooh, I like it. Go for it, buddy. Go for it. You've got about
get
15 seconds to deliberate.
Make sure, as long as you got the custard, then that's good. That's good. As long as you got the custard, then it's good. All right. Before you say anything, try G-Man's.
All right, go for it.
G-Man lost his hat.
Is he going to get the hat in there as well?
Yeah, am I going to get the hat in there?
What I would do is just
you know what?
use
I'm
the
going
hat,
to do
scoop,
this.
and then just
I'm going to do this, guys.
See, it's
I'm
not
gonna
just
do
a
that.
meal, it's an
So,
experience.
G-Man, I've got to say, even as someone competing against you, the fact that you included a spoon in it, that's the win right there, man. A scoop and ladle of love.
Oh, look at he's going back for seconds. I think we have a winner. I think we have a winner.
We don't need an answer to this one. The face is telling us all. Yeah, G-Man, well
Ladies
played,
and gentlemen,
bro.
your winner, an undisputed champion.
Oh, I love
Sorry,
it.
Nature Boy.
It's all
He
good.
had the scoop.
Yeah.
The scoop got it. It made it so much
I was using
easier.
the right tools for the job, man. We're going to talk about this in our sports report tomorrow morning. Clearly, Clover's vanilla custard is a winner. Creamy and smooth. It is the hero in any dessert. Just get it in there. And besides using it in a dessert, it's just as good straight out of the box with a gluk, gluk, gluk. We've proven that. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, you can have so much fun and get creative with it. So hopefully you all enjoyed your fair share of custard as much as we have over the years. And we want you right now to head over to our socials and share your favorite custard treats with us. Please make them proper, not like our craziness over here. Let us know how you feel about the presentation as well on the socials. It's gone back for a third, a fourth. Yeah.
Elevate your custard game with the all-new vanilla-flavored Clover Custard. So creamy and smooth, it makes all the other desserts a little jelly.
Right, after filling the bellies just a little bit, we might need to work that off. So in just a moment, I say we very loosely, Zanella, because she's on a bit of a fitness mission at the moment, is going to be put through her paces by Fez.
I think everybody in South Africa is hoping that we don't actually do any workouts and we just can look at Fez's stomach. I mean, we won't complain about that for the next 3 minutes or so. And always diving back into the kitchen, we're going to be making something called baked coffee donuts. Ooh, you heard correctly. Nice. And all three things things are delicious. So imagine combining all that together. A trifecta of just pure joy right there, Mzansi. So lots to look forward to. I'll definitely cheers to that, brother.
A baked coffee donut.
I know, right?
With your coffee.
How crazy? How
Come
crazy.
on.
Yeah, stick
Cheers
around,
to
Mzansi.
that.
That's happening. Cheers.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Expresso family. You're still here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And honey, today we're feeling good all in the name of fitness. I'm so scared. Mr. Supranational, he made his way back from Poland to come and punish me. What are you going to do to me, Dr. Fairs?
Listen, this is my first workout back on home soil. So, you know, we're going to be kind today. We don't have a lot of time, but we need to warm up.
Yeah.
You know, it's been cold here in Joburg. So how about we just a nice light jog? Light jog.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, just take your time. I know your knee isn't feeling great.
It's not.
And as a medical professional, I'm cognizant of these things.
I love that.
So we're just going to warm up first.
Hey,
you know?
did you hear that Supranational English?
Yes.
Cognizant.
We're getting the heart going, the blood's moving around. It's a nice, beautiful day.
Yes.
Now you can just start throwing your arms around.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
What we're doing with warm-ups is just getting your body ready
Yes.
for what's going to be a great workout. So we just start counting it down from 20, 19, 18,
70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 12, 11,
10, 9,
I'm sorry.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I love it. I love your
Was that
work.
just the warm-up?
I love, no. She says land.
Okay.
We just here kicking it out. So we're
Right.
gonna start. I'm doing this just so your knee is nice and awake.
Okay.
Go easy. Don't go too far down. I love doing squats. You just nice. We're down. 1.
Okay.
Here we go. 2. Just gonna do 20 of these. 3.
20.
When we get to 10, we're gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna show you a slightly more advanced one.
How are we picking it up, Dr. Fairs? We're already doing
but
squats
we're
now.
here. We're gonna do 5 more. Then we're gonna do our last 10. 4 more. 3 more. Look at you.
I know,
What
right?
means
I'm
this?
so
2
good at
more.
this.
1. 10 more. Now we're gonna pulse. 1.
Okay.
Pulse. 2.
Okay. Okay, fine. This isn't
3.
too bad. I won't lie. I'm trying.
4. Summer body.
Exactly.
5.
And they made in winter, hey?
6. I
Yes?
heard you have a show coming up.
Which
7.
show?
Where you're gonna be out in beautiful warm weather.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah, so I just feel like these are things that one must do to make sure you look great.
I love it. You must keep
And
friends like Dr.
1.
Fairs, hey?
I love it.
They
Warm?
look out for you.
Warm? Feeling
Warm.
good?
Very warm.
Now we're gonna drop down. Okay. Now that we've gotten our body nice and awake, I'm gonna let you go face on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go just to the side so you see how this actually forms. They call this a plank. Squeeze the glutes. Keep your core nice and stable. Then we're gonna do what's called mountain climbers. Ideally, you wanna try go there, there. We're gonna call that 1. If you're feeling a bit more advanced, across the body, engage the core. And we're live. Let's go.
Do you know how much I hate mountain climbers?
They're
my fitness
Go
trainer.
for 20.
Yeah.
Go for 20.
Okay.
1, 2,
3,
hey,
4, hi, 5. It's a song now. 6, hey,
7, 8. By the way, this is why I love South Africa. Come back here, everything's a groove.
It is. This is actually like a dance move.
Exactly. There we go. How we feeling? How's the knee?
I mean, you know, Shem, I'm not feeling anything bad with it. It's still
The
good.
form's amazing. Not sweating at all. We're gonna do 3 more, 2 more, 1 more.
Yes.
1 more for fun. Nazo.
No, we did 20 now, Dr. Fest.
20, beautiful 20.
Thank you.
And now we're gonna come down.
Okay.
Because we don't have a lot of time, and I want you all to have your summer bodies. You can hear we're already starting to breathe heavy.
Yes.
We're gonna do these. Because this is a plank. We're gonna then make it a moving plank. Nice and active. 1. Down we go.
All right.
2.
How many?
I will count.
Maybe 3, ne?
3.
Just 3.
I know, 10 feels good.
Oh.
4. Nazo.
I've never in my life.
5.
Not on Expresso.
Hey, feel good breakfast show. 6. 7.
8. Highball.
9. 10.
Yo.
Lovely. Wow. No, I'm impressed.
I mean,
Amazing work.
I told you if I'm out of breath at the end of this, you're gonna finish the show.
It's okay. I've got a medical aid going. And I feel like just because our core's already active with that active plank, we're gonna do tandem sit-ups.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go down, come up, high 5.
Okay.
Got it?
And can I ask you,
Yes.
did you like work out every day when you're at Mr. Supranational?
Every day.
Hectic.
But I don't work out because I want to necessarily look a certain way. I work out because it's almost like active meditation.
I get that.
Makes me feel great.
Okay.
Okay, we ready?
Ready.
Quick 10, and then we're done.
Really?
Maybe. Okay. And up.
You hate
1,
me.
Nazo. 2, I go. 3, Nazo. 4.
Okay.
5. 6. You're an absolute beast.
7. 8.
9.
Oh, and
10.
10. We did it!
You're amazing.
I survived.
Wait, we have one more thing.
Oh,
Because we're not done. I know you want to speak to everybody in the studio in Cape Town, so we're just going to chill here till that time runs out.
Okay, so I'll just quickly do my chant. Don't worry about it.
I'm here.
Okay.
You'll find me here.
Okay, so let me quickly ask you this.
Yes.
Because I think you need to get up though.
Okay.
Because Ryle said, are you listening? Ryle said he's got better abs than you. That's what I heard. They've been in my ear. They're telling me that Ryle said he's got better abs than you. So I don't know, because now we can't we don't know unless we see. Do you know what I mean?
Can I tell you something? Life isn't about competing with other people. But Ra's my brother. I love him. He's absolutely amazing.
Love Ryle.
And I'm always about being like open, inclusive. But at the same time, I've been away for so long, you might have forgotten
Yes.
that
Yes, I'll hold
as
this
the
for you.
fastest man on sand,
Ooh.
I would never challenge him in a sprint.
Ooh.
But there's other things that I feel like I might be able to compete a little bit, hey, brother. I'd like to see. I don't know, maybe you guys saw him before. I'd like to see what he looks like now. Yeah, so, good morning. I'm just kind of throwing this back to you. You tell me.
Somebody just fainted on set, just so you know. However...
Just because I was told that I'm not working out enough,
Exactly.
and I'd love to see how it's going there. He's the fitness guy. He's the
Okay,
fitness guy.
perfect.
Okay, wait.
All right, here we go. It's Mr. Supranational. All the best to... Ryle, I love you. Ne? Don't worry
This isn't
about
a competition,
I'll get back
Fizz.
to
It's okay.
This is just how we chill, bro. It's never a competition, man. Never. You my bro.
The real competition would be this, Fez, if you had a Speedo on underneath your gear right now, okay? That's what it's about. Now, we love it. Whether you got 1 ab or 10 or 12, doesn't matter. We are all here to get better. So thank you so much. Well done, Zanele, for putting yourself under the bus for the rest of the team there,
For the rest of the team, but I think we're all celebrating that. Even the gents, we can't hide it. I'm so proud of you, Fizz. You are incredible, representing all of us. And I love what you mentioned about the fact that your features, your culture, who you are as a South African is what we as South Africans can resonate with. And that was a win for all of us, man. So thank you for flying our flag on behalf of South Africa. We absolutely love you, brother. And I miss you. I want some some time with you. We need to do a workout soon.
Oh, man, they got to know what we know, man. Well, maybe this has inspired you to think about a new side hustle. And now what you need is the support, the right tech partner in your corner. In just a moment, Grant Hines is going to take us through exactly what you need to get that side hustle hustling.
Hustling, indeed. And we're going to hustle all the way to the world of donuts. We're talking about something delicious when we bake coffee donuts. Yes, you're hearing correctly. Baked coffee donuts. 3 incredible things we all love put together for a trifecta of magic. You ready for this? It's going to be good.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, it is estimated that 1 in 3 employed South Africans have a side hustle. Now, many of them turn a creative passion into a growing small business, and as a contemporary side hustler, you'll need the right equipment to succeed. Now, the HP Smart Tank device, it is what you need. And here to tell us a bit more is tech enthusiast and professional gamer Grant Hines. How's it, my brother?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. I heard we're printing some photos.
Yes, this is a very cool way of interacting with clients. So a lot of people that have side hustles do need printers, right?
It really is like one of those all-in-one type of printers, but we are specifically focusing on the social media snapshots removable sticky photo paper.
Yes.
Because you also want a decorative element, maybe. But first and foremost, how does it work?
Okay, so you get these amazing HP social media snapshot papers. So basically, it looks like photographic paper, but you can peel off the back.
Right.
And this is a great way of interacting with clients. I knew somebody that would print out photographs that they had with clients, write like a personal note on the back, and give it to them instead of a business card.
That's cool.
So that you have this really personal connection with your clients and something that, you know, they can remember you by. And the image quality is absolutely incredible. We printed this one
amazing.
a little bit earlier, and this is something. I went away last week, and this is like a group photo that we took, and then you can just like print this and stick this out. We can give these to my clients, and it's this memorable experience. And then not only that, if you don't want to remove the sticky paper, this is one of my favorite parts. It is like a photograph. Feel this.
Just like that.
It feels like a photograph, right?
Proper photograph.
So you can put So you can put it inside a frame in your house if you want to like print some family photos, put them on the fridge or whatever the case.
Look, I'm literally blown away by the quality of how it's printed. I mean, I did not expect it to come out like this. Absolutely.
And it's all handled straight through the HP Smart Tank app. So We just took this photo.
Oh, no way, look at that.
A little bit earlier. Yeah, have a look at that.
That is unbelievable.
That's you and me. So now you've got a photo to remember.
I mean, you can even see my grey hairs. I mean, come on now.
The quality is amazing. And remember, you with the Smart Tank, you've got all these CMYK, so all the different colors that are visible, so you can see how much ink that you're using, so that you know that you're not running out, so you know that that photograph is going to come out as crisp as you want. And you can change the quality of the photograph that you want to print through the app. So say you want to, have the best, most optimum quality you can, or you can choose to, if the kids are using it for school project or whatever, you can make sure it's on a lower quality and it will use less ink, helping you save money at the end of the day.
Because that's the thing. But I've got to ask you, I mean, I mentioned earlier on 1 in 3 South Africans engage in a side hustle or making some sort of a passion or a business out of their passion. What would this be ideal for? I mean, this particular function, would you say?
Well, there's so many ways. Like I said, the business card function. Another way is there are people that are selling products on Etsy, for instance. And it's a great way to include something with, something personal with your client who's bought something from you. Say you make clothes and somebody bought like a hoodie from you, and in the hoodie you've printed this really amazing, right?
Yes,
and
I like that.
That helps you get return business. So there's so many creative ways that you can use this, and it's great for social media. That's the main driver for this, social media snapshots and printing out the work that maybe you do for your customers. But it's also really cool if you think laterally about how you do your business at home, how you can incorporate printed photographs, take the digital world into the real world for them.
Because I'm just thinking now, somebody like a wedding planner, who's doing weddings and those kind of things, photos, and you have this wall in your office or your working space where you kind of document everything that you're doing with these snapshots. I think it's phenomenal.
A wedding photographer is a great example. Imagine having, you could probably bring this on location and then print
with the guests.
With the guests. So you know those photo booths? And then everybody walks away with, you see.
Look at the ideas flying.
There's so many ways that you can use this with your side hustle. You can scan documents with your phone straight from the app and print them out. You can even fax with it if you need to. That's how from the phone. So you don't have to deal with old school technology. You can bring that technology in, which is really cool.
Dude, thank you very much. But listen, there's something in it for you at home as well with regards to this beautiful machine here. You can stand a chance to win an HP Smart Tank 530 printer worth 4,499 Rand. It is a fantastic piece of equipment. All you need to do is tell us how this printer will help you bring your ideas to life for whatever side hustle you engage in. And remember to use that hashtag HP Smart Tank to win. Remember, T&Cs also do apply, and those can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. And this particular competition closes at midnight on Sunday, the 28th of July. So I think it's a great idea to start entering right now. Grant, thank you very much. Why don't you print there now, my friend?
It's pretty. Can you hear it?
I can't actually hear it.
It's printing.
Quiet.
It's so quiet.
Really?
Yeah. It's amazing.
What a machine.
Bring your business ideas to life. Print your inspirations from your phone with a printer that has the right ingredients. Get mouth-watering printouts and up to 3 years of printing already included. HP Smart Tank.
Right, if you thought we loved coffee enough to drink it in literally bucket loads, now we're going to cook with it, we're going to bake with it, because that's how much we love coffee. It isn't just a drink, it's a culinary muse. It's inspiring delicious recipes at every turn. And this next one will be the perfect pairing for Jacob's Cadbury Caramel Mocha, one of my favorites. Enter the baked coffee donuts, and there are many of them. They're going to awaken the senses and tantalize the taste buds, hopefully, if we get them right. Now, these are really, really simple, buddy. So we got coffee, and we got coffee, and we're going to treat it in as many cool ways as we possibly can. So you're on glaze duty.
Yes, which is simple.
Yeah,
you're on the trickier part, though.
So I'm going to be mixing the ingredients, and we're going to kind of invert. We're going to flip the script just a little bit, and we're going to mix the wet first, and then we're going to sift through the dry to make sure there are absolutely no lumps, because we've got quite little donuts here, so we want the consistency.
Is there
really
any way
good.
that you could possibly get the coffee into the batch of batter as well?
Yeah, you can. We're going to put it in everything. I might actually just line this with coffee
joking. So we're putting it in the
granules.
batter. It's in the glaze, and while we're at it, we might as well just make another
yourself
cup
one to drink,
just to enjoy and drink. So let's just do that. And talking about this flavor right now, I am absolutely loving it. Cadbury's caramel mocha has been infused into this Jacob's coffee, which is just superb. And like I'm showing you right now. It is so simple to mix together into a warm cuppa, anything that you need right now. Let me open that.
And here's the inside joke, okay? So we've been literally touring the land, doing amazing things and having these moments, which is so cool in our crazy schedule to just put the brakes on, enjoy some fly fishing I did last week. So we have made random cups of coffee in the most random, crazy places, and there is nothing like it. Just pressing stop and just chilling out and having a coffee. And as a result, for me, the Cadbury, I like the whole nut, but the caramel, I'm not a sweet tooth, but that, woo-wee,
it's not
wins me over. It's not
it's
overpowering.
overpowering. And like you said, man, I had an opportunity to have this when I was doing some weird and wild tobogganing. It was so cold outside, moving through the swiftness of it and having that chill factor come through. What a moment to do exactly that, to just take a step back, to kind of reflect on all the adrenaline action happening, and then like having that super enjoyable sip. It was like the cherry on the top of a beautiful moment, man. It was good stuff.
And I suppose it begs the question that in your normal working day, do it. Take a moment, use that coffee break to actually press pause and just work yourself in. Okay, so I'm working in the dry here. I've got sugar. I hope that's going to sift through. So it comes through nice and fine, and then I added a half a cup of our Jacobs in there just to get the coffee flavor, because you want the coffee to kind of resonate through every element, every layer of this beautiful little...
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, sorry, I just, while admiring what you're doing right there, I had a sip of this and I forgot how good it is. I was talking it up and really highlighting it, but like, guys, come on, how did you get this so right? It is so good. This is me in the winter chill. This is my perfect state. Just...
Okay, this is looking absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I know, it is so delicious, and I think you're on the money there because it's not too overpowering. Okay, so I am pretty much done with my batter, which is absolutely awesome, and you can make a start on your glaze. But I think what we love about this and why it's just such a beautiful plug and play for those moments, the Jacobs Cadbury Caramel Mocha combines those rich flavors of coffee that we love with that little sweet aftertaste of caramel and then the indulgent taste of chocolate. It sings, it provides comfort, it's an indulgent, I'm going to say, drinking experience that is both creamy and satisfyingly sweet. It's going to press that button, making it a delightful treat for those who enjoy just a hint of decadence in their coffee. And you can also have fun with those coffee flavors. It might inspire you to think of a dessert, something slightly different. Okay, so I'm going to start filling our little ramekin little dishes here.
Cool, and I'll work on the glaze because this is very quick and simple. And like you said, we're going to add decadence to this one too. We've got some icing sugar over here, vanilla essence. And then what I've done is I've just used some of the Jacobs that we've just made now, and I'm adding a dash of that just to infuse that decadent coffee experience into it all. And then I kind of whip that up into a beautiful glazing texture. Look at that. If I can show that on the camera right now, it's already coming together so perfectly. And this is what we're going to glaze on top of what you are popping into that baking tray there, man.
I know, and then these go, once you've filled all your little ramekin holes, that's what they're officially called, you literally pop it into the oven, 180 for 16 minutes or so. I would just keep an eye on them. And then they come out beautifully, and then you can kind of glaze them and eat as many as you can stuff into your face.
Brother, this glaze is so beautiful. Good. Look how this works. I've just obviously taken one of the pre-made batches out and just showing them, Zanzi, how good this glazing comes together. You can get creative with this, make some shapes or go wild, but my mans, we done a thing here, yeah?
Buddy, I think we need to have a little taste. I'm not going to fill the rest of these ramekins for the sake of giving us 10 seconds to taste these babies and actually see if we've nailed the flow. So maybe you can pass that little plate over. That looks beautiful, Guy. Well done,
you ready for this?
Bon appetit. All right, let's go for it. Thank you, son.
Bro, cheers, man.
Nice and fresh, ching ching. Beautiful. I want coffee.
Oh, and you got it right here in the best way ever. Well played. Expresso.com. Get some magic in your mouth. This is so cool.
Oh, that'll press the dopamine button. Absolutely beautiful. Go to Expresso.com to find this one.
Find your wonderful. Jacobs, wunderbar.
Man, these are such good, delicious treats. It's reminding me of those snacking moments. And talking of snacking, we got a lot to look forward to in your Feel Good Breakfast show because we got some snacking moments and Omar dipping moments. And that's, of course, with Omar Russ. So we can't wait to dive into that one and to keep the memories flowing this morning.
And then, of course, she's one of our favorite South Africans right now doing the most. Natasha Joubert, our Miss SA, is stepping into studio to take us through a whole range of amazing things that she's plugging into at the moment. But she's one of our absolute favorite daughters. We cannot wait to reconnect with her, and we'll give you that chance after this. I'm having another one, I'm sorry.
That was good, eh? Oh, well played, man.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back to it. We are opening up right here on S3, and this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, it's just gone on the hour. We have so much to look forward to, but for now, it's our last round of official duties, and starting with national headlines. Now, the National Department of Health says it is studying the findings of the Esidimeni investigation, and department spokesperson Foster Mohale stated that Minister Aaron Motsoaledi will respond once he has reviewed the report. Now, yesterday, Judge Monao Tefo delivered a judgment in the inquest into the deaths of 144 psychiatric patients in 2016. Now, Tefo determined that 9 of the deaths could be attributed to the negligence of the former Gauteng MEC for Health, Dani Mahlangu, and the former provincial head of mental health services, Magoba Manamela. Well, carrying on with national headlines, and the new mayor of the eThekwini Metro, Cyril Xaba, has pledged to make service delivery his main priority. Now, he was elected unopposed yesterday during a special session of the eThekwini Metro Council, replacing Ngolisi Kuwanda, who was redeployed by the ANC to the National Council of Provinces. Now, Xaba is a former ANC member of parliament and chairman of the Defence Oversight Committee, and stated that the recent water outage in Hillcrest and Claremont Extension were unacceptable and ordered a thorough report into the issue. Well, we now move to international headlines, and the number of tourists visiting Morocco in the first 6 months this year grew to 7.4 million. Now, that's up 14% compared with the same period last year, according to Morocco's tourism ministry. Now, last year, the country welcomed a record of 14.5 million tourists, and Morocco expects to attract 17.5 million tourists in 2026, and on top of this, 26 million by 2030. Now, this is when it will co-host the World Cup with Spain and Portugal. Now, tourism accounts for 7% of Morocco's gross domestic product and is a key source of foreign currency. Well, carrying on with international headlines, US President Joe Biden has committed to supplying 5 new strategic air defense systems to Ukraine. Now, Biden made the promise during his speech to welcome leaders of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization in Washington, D.C. Now, he stated that America will collaborate with Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Romania to donate Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine amid rising civilian casualties in the conflict. Now, 3 days ago, 43 people were killed and hundreds injured in Russian airstrikes across Ukraine. Now, this including an attack on a children's hospital in Kiev. Now, lastly, the Cape of Good Hope SPCA reports an overwhelming number of calls about animals left without shelter due to hazardous weather and flooding, particularly in informal farming areas. Now, with conditions expected to worsen, more pets and farm animals will need urgent rescue and warmth. Now, SPCA inspectors have deployed teams to affected areas, actively seeking out animals on chains in imminent flood zones and those without shelter. Now, the organization urgently seeks donations, hay for horses, horse blankets, blankets for cats and dogs, and dry pet food to support the influx of animals. So please do the following. Can you go visit the Cape of Good Hope SPCA website and donate to help these helpless animals make it through the current severe weather conditions? Well, that's a roundup of the headlines we have for you when it comes to all things news, but we've still got a lot to talk about with sport. And here's G-Man one last time with the latest.
He's done it for club, now he's done it for country. Let's start with football, our European football action for last night. And Ollie Watkins, he did it at the right time. He scored a dramatic injury time winner as England defeated the Netherlands. Now, England will face Spain on Sunday for that European title. Now let's turn to rugby and get excited, even more excited about the Olympics. 6 season players, including 2016 bronze medalist Roscoe Speckman, headline the 14-man Springbok 7 squad for the 2024 Olympics in Paris, just weeks away. So Speckman, along with the powerhouse grouping Impey, Visser, Zane, David, Selvin, Davids, Ronald Brown and Saviwe Soyes Wapi, all from the 2021 Tokyo squad with a point to prove, I think. They will be going for gold. And the Blitzboks will face our friends Ireland, then New Zealand and Japan in pretty tough Pool A. That first match gets underway on the 24th of July up against the Irish. Going to be a cracker. Now let's turn to tennis. And Novak Djokovic advanced to a record-tying 13th Wimbledon semi-final. That was after Alex de Minaur sadly had to withdraw due to a hip injury. De Minaur, the Australian 9th seed, announced his withdrawal at the All England club, expressing his devastation, understandably. Djokovic, aiming to match Roger Federer's incredible 8 Wimbledon titles, has now reached a record 49th men's Grand Slam semi-final. Unbelievable. And Djokovic will face the Italian wunderkind Lorenzo Musetti after he defeated an exhausted Tommy Fritz 3-6, 7-6, that was 7-5 on the tiebreak, 6-2, 3-6, 6-1 in a marathon last night. Now, speaking of marathons, doesn't get much more grueling than the Tour when you get onto 2 wheels. And Jonas Vingegaard, he edged out Tadej Pogacar in a thrilling Tour de France Stage 11 in the central region yesterday. So Vingegaard's victory came after countering Pogacar's fierce attacks, with Remco Evenepoel and Primož Roglic finishing 3rd and 4th respectively. So Pogacar leads the overall standings, looking very strong this year, followed by Evenepoel, and then Vingegaard with Roglic in 4th. It is a powerhouse field, and that's where we leave our sport for now. Traffic, vitally important. Before we get into the weather, equally important, let's see how the roads are doing.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, the last hour we had a lot to get through, but it looks like the roads are slightly getting better. Now, for traffic this morning, we're talking about Kales River in Cape Town, and there are animals on the R300 southbound at Hindle Road. Now, no delays are being experienced, but do approach the affected area with caution and do drive carefully. And again, as you did see from our previous report, buckle up, stay safe, and plan your routes accordingly today, especially in this weather. Now, speaking of weather, we got one last round to report on, so let's dive into it right now. Coming at you one last time from All Things Weather, and the SA South African Weather Service has issued warnings for disruptive rain and winds across many parts of South Africa. Now, damaging winds causing localized damage and difficulty with driving conditions are expected in the southern Free State and the western and northern parts of the Eastern Cape. Now, on top of this, the southern Namakwa region, central Karoo, Cape Winelands, Overberg and western Garden Route will also be affected. Now, coastal areas from Lambert's Bay to Mossel Bay, including Table Bay and Struisbaai, will face damaging winds and waves. Now, on top of this, an orange level 8 warning is in place for disruptive rain, leading to flooding and potential mudslides. And this is in Cape Town, Drakenstein and Stellenbosch. And also similar rain is expected in Witzenberg, Swartland, West Coast, Northern Cape Winelands and the Western Overberg districts. Now, in stark polarity to all of this, there is also extremely high fire danger conditions, which are forecasted for central South Africa and northeastern KwaZulu-Natal. Now, again, if you are looking for more detailed forecasts, you can visit the website www.weathersa.co.za. And again, a reminder to always celebrate our sunrise with you. And here's a picture to do just that. All the way from Lourisfontein, Yolanda sent this shot in, and we are absolutely here for it. A little bit of warmth in the shot that I think we could all do with, and this is giving us the feels just to send us through the next hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show and beyond. So again, Yolanda, thank you for sending this incredible shot through. It looks like a beautiful setting in somewhat of a farmland style or something like that, but I love it. A countryside sunrise shot, and it's a winner. A reminder to you, Mzansi, to share your morning views with us on 063 408 8863. For now, though, it's one last chance to see what those temperatures are going to be like on your side of town. Crocodile.
Yeah, that's often what I call it. Woo! All right, here it is, okay? You got to take your shots. If you want to win, you've got to actually take your shot. So take your best shot by playing Sports Stake 8, fixture list 750. Why do we get so specific with this one? Well, because there is an estimated 935,000 Rand jackpot today, this Thursday, okay? So do not get left behind. You could score big and stand a chance to be in your game, baby.
Yeah, let's get that chance increased by showing you how to enter. Now, you can play your favorite Sports Stake 8 game in store. You can go to the nationallottery.co.za website or the mobile app, and that's going to give you the chance to be in your game and get close to that. Lots of, well, that's a lot of money, actually.
I'm just thinking about that guy walking around today. Why are you so happy today? Oh, no reason.
Don't worry.
No reason.
You just see like a 1 year.
Bank account.
It's limping like this. All that cash in his pocket. Listen, there's so much to still talk about, so much to get excited about on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got entertainment boxes to be ticked. We've got some Omar moments to discuss as well. But before we do any of that, we're going to head to Joburg because Zanele's standing by with some more of the good stuff.
Hello, handsome gentlemen. I can't believe it's already the last hour of the show, my goodness. But Expresso family, like you heard from the guys, you could join the winner's circle with the lotto. But we also have some winners in the building. From Mr. Supranational to Miss South Africa 2023, the Queen is here. And I am talking about Natasha Joubert. She is the new host of Crown Chasers. And we're going to be getting the lowdown from her in a little bit. Also coming up, though, win big with Cadbury. And it's not like a small win, it's a big win. And it's coming up right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're doing all of that and more right here on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The beautiful thing about being South African, my Expresso family, is that we're forever winning and we only ever get the best. So this is why in 2023, when Natasha Joubert was named Miss South Africa, we knew we had the best of the best, and time is coming nearer and nearer for us to crown a new Miss SA. But the one that we have, the one that we love, she is stepping into new hats and doing the absolute most, as she's the new host of Crown Chasers. And if you did not know, it is a reality show here on S3 that places our possible Miss SAs in real-life situations that are based on 4 pillars that Miss SA is all about. It is duty, championship, empowerment, as well as beauty. And my friend, I'm so excited for us to get the lowdown from the queen herself. It is none other than Natasha Joubert. Hello, gorgeous.
Always so lovely being back.
It's always so good to see you.
It feels like our house, and we're having coffee dates.
But that's the thing. But I feel
Right?
like it is, and especially because I am so proud of you.
I'm
You
proud
are
of
done
you.
So amazing. No, Natasha, this is about
Can I,
you.
no, but can I tell you something? I feel like you sit here and you always speak so positively and affirm the people sitting next to you, but you're really doing so great yourself.
Thank you, my baby.
Really, really well done. I'm
Natasha,
proud of you.
I'm
proud of you. I will always support wherever you go.
I will always support wherever you go, my babe, because please can I tell you, just the other day, I was in a conversation with some people and they were looking at pictures of you from Crown Chasers and they were like, guys, people are born to be Miss SA. Like this is, Natasha is Miss SA. Like there could have been no one else and she's just who she is and she stepped into it so beautifully. And
Thank
babe,
you.
it is so incredible to see what you've done.
Thank
and one of my
you.
favorite things is that when you started, we were on Andile's show and you said, I want to be a presenter.
Literally.
Yes.
Literally, I almost said something I was not allowed to say, but literally, full circle moment.
Full circle moment.
Towards the end of my reign, and I'm ticking that box.
Oh, man.
And hopefully, yeah, there's something else to come.
There's definitely more to come because you are a superstar, but I want to start here. Before we get to the hosting.
You want to get the tea?
Babes, you sat on this
You
couch.
want to get the tea?
Yes.
Okay, yes, tell me.
You sat on this couch and you went, I need to come back engaged. When I come back, she's engaged, everybody!
It's the espresso touch.
I love it.
I always say when you sit here and you manifest something and you say it out loud and you come back for that next interview.
Honey.
Host, engaged, we are within.
We are within, my babe. See, I'm so happy for you, my love.
So what are you hoping for? Say it now.
Where's my husband?
Okay.
And a million rands.
So next time when I come back, millionaire, husband,
all of it.
I love
Babe,
it.
Tell us about that moment. I mean, we saw the beautiful videos of you on a yacht getting engaged, but I mean, you lived it. What was it like?
I'm so glad you still asked because it's been 5 months.
Yes.
But, so technically, I was meant to get engaged this Saturday, right?
Okay.
But the nosy person that I am, like Enrico was like, can you stop being that person trying to figure out? I was packing my bags for Cape Town, like, maybe this engagement outfit or this one, and then Enrico would just shake his head. And the organization was like, you have this event on Saturday. I'm like, this event? And so I told my best friend, I was like, listen, I know I'm getting engaged. And she freaked out. She's like, no, you can't know. You need to be surprised.
Yes.
And so I was working with this yacht company. They messaged me. They're like, I went on the Monday with my mother and they were like, come back with 10 friends.
Yes.
I go, Scott, do you have 10 friends in Cape Town? Because I don't have 10 friends in Cape Town. I only have you. And he's like, yeah, let's come back. Very low-key. The lady keeps following up, like, how many people are you going to be? I'm like, we're just going to be 4.
Yes.
And I go and I'm like, Scott and I'm walking to the yacht that Friday and I go, am I getting engaged now? Tomorrow? But I go and I see random people filled on the boat. So I'm like, no, Enrico would never. We get on the yacht.
Yeah.
And I almost like, I was upset with Scott. I was like, how do you make me go to blow dry my hair? I wear a very cute outfit. No, I was like, I'm putting on the dress that I want to get engaged in. I'm feeling it. And I go up and I'm not getting engaged. Long story short, we took content. And when we went back up, Enrico was there and there was no one on the top deck and I was like, I don't understand. So there was this cute little cabin, which was the kitchen.
Yes.
And 13 or 14 of my friends and family were like little sardines waiting. They were boiling. They were like, when is the moment? And just waiting. They got seasick, but they were sipping champagne. It's a shame. I mean, by the moment that I got engaged, everyone was up there. And I think you could just see the emotion.
Yes.
And I wish that for
everyone.
When you get engaged, if you don't feel that, say no.
You see?
Be like, this isn't going to work.
This is why you're Miss SA. You want the best for everybody.
Standards, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't settle in anyone.
Oh, babe, we are so happy for you. Of
Thank
course,
you.
with you getting engaged, but
Thank
also
you.
the new host of Crown Chasers, and you said there's tea. So I want all
and I knew, I was like, let's not go on TV and spoil anything that's not on TV yet. But I think you know what it feels like, because you also did Tropical Treasure Island.
Of course, yes.
This was probably one of the most challenging things I've ever done, ever.
Wow.
I feel like speaking publicly never came naturally. Like, it's something that I really had to just ease into.
But you do it so well.
And then hosting, it's almost like still being Natasha fully and not trying to put on a facade in any way.
Yes.
And I think that was like, are they going to accept just Natasha? You know, just like being me, but convey what Crown Chasers is all about. And then be there for the girls as well, because they obviously want to take my Moana, take my crown. So I'm like, I want to be there for them.
Yeah.
So it definitely was such a challenging 6 weeks to just navigate being there as a bigger sister for them, but being Miss SA still, but then being a host and then working with the whole production. It was really hard.
Of course.
I take my hat off to you.
I take my hat off to you,
really do.
ma'am.
I have never done something as challenging, because I feel like being Miss SA, I've always followed it. I always knew some way what to expect.
Yes.
With being a host, I had zero experience.
But babe, that's why
Zero.
that's why I say I take my hat off to you, because doing a show like that is really, really difficult. People might not know, but that being the very first one that you've done is incredible. But what's next? Because I think that, like, I heard about you saying you want to get into sports. Is this a thing?
Yes, when I went on Nandile Sports at 10, I did say, like, listen, this is something I could do, you bet?
Yes.
Specifically sports, because growing up every single weekend, we would watch rugby. Like, we were very invested. We had the biltong dribbles ready every single Saturday. And when the World Cup was on, I was just really invested. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'll venture into something like that.
Yes.
Women in sports, why not?
Why not? Okay, so
Why not?
essentially, we can't wait for you to
So wait,
interview.
now that we're on Expresso, let me manifest.
There it is.
World Cup in Australia, 2027.
Yes.
I'll be there as a presenter. Let's manifest.
I love it. I cannot wait.
Not me working really in advance.
I love it. Exactly. And it's going to happen. And then you'll come here and tell us about it before you go.
Yeah,
and
I'll give you all
back.
the tea again.
Thank you. Natasha, congratulations.
Thank
and we
you.
can't wait to see you just continue
Thank
shining.
you. Thank
even
you.
beyond where you are right now. Thank you.
I love you lots.
I love you more. How can you not love our Miss SA, the reigning one, Miss Natasha Hubert? She's absolutely incredible. And friend, you can catch her every single Saturday, 8:30 p.m. right here on S3, all in the name of catching up with Crown Chasers as we get closer to naming our next Miss SA. Who will it be for 2024? You're going to have to tune in to find out, because it's going to be incredible. Right about now, though, we need to head over to Cape Town. Hello, my beautiful family.
Oh, two beautiful South African ladies just sharing the love. I love the connection there. We are so proud of Natasha and what she's done in or outside of her comfort zone. So maybe, hopefully, she's taking a moment just to breathe. And they say that change is, in fact, as good as a holiday. I think Natasha's just proven that. But how about an actual holiday? That'd be okay as well, where you can kick back, relax, savor a dipping, delicious moment. I think I'm
feeling it right now.
Desperately.
You need this moment. I've just had it, and it's absolutely incredible. But Mzansi, let me tell you, this is what it's about, because we have so many incredible places to actually enjoy these moments, man. The studio is one of them right now. It's always giving me that moment to just come back to earth, be present. But, I mean, outside world is just a playground for these moments, right?
It almost needs to become a vital component of our job, because we get to live these moments every day. We get about 20 of these life-changing moments every single day, and then you just move on to the next one.
And that number 20, bro, is so significant right now, because it's not just the amount of moments, but it's also the fact that you can stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand and an incredible hamper. Now, boom. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso socials and tell us the following. Where in South Africa is your favorite holiday destination to relax with Omar Rusks? And don't forget to use the hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious. G-Man.
Hospital Beach, Jakobsbaai.
What? I've never been there.
It's called Hospital Beach. It's obviously on the west coast.
Yeah.
Jakobsbaai is absolutely beautiful. You know, there's so many little alcoves along the west coast. I absolutely love it. But it's so beautiful for a long time. They've been taking patients there to recover, to literally just be in that space, to get that energy. It's so elemental and beautiful. and that's where I proposed to Linz as well. So I'll go back there in an instant,
okay,
man.
very special. I need to go check that spot out and maybe add a dipping moment there for
Yeah.
sure. But
Take a box. Take a
Yeah,
box,
for me,
man.
there's so many different options. I can never find one. Every time I get asked this question, it changes. I think today, with the weather being what it is, I can think of that perfect moment being anywhere around a waterfall. I'm thinking waterfall chasing right now, being at the bottom of a waterfall and just having a moment of absolute bliss.
How do you hold on to your rusk, man? How do you hold on to your rusk? I love it. And of course, as we prove on the show, every single day, these places, these moments are probably closer than you think. From serene beaches to majestic mountains, which I think are probably our happiest places. Yeah. There is no shortage of places to go and relax, take that moment and enjoy a rusk or a box or two of rusks. But let's take a look at what you guys have been pointing out from this beautiful country so far.
Zanzi has come through with all the goods and so many different comments, and we keep loving to share it. So I don't know if we're going to put it up right now for you, but we definitely are loving these entries. And before we talk about it, here's a reminder that the competition only closes tomorrow, Friday, the 12th of July. So you still have time to enter. And I want to remind you that you got to check it out and make sure you do so. And the following is where you can do it. ExpressoShow.com. All the terms and conditions are there waiting for you to get your Oma dipping.
But before you do it, take a moment right now. Just take a moment.
Let's do
breathe
it.
in.
Live TV. This is my moment.
2, 3. It's all yours.
Oma Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, filling, satisfying.
Oh man, G-Man, I'm feeling like a winner already having moments like this, but there's an opportunity for you, Mzansi, to be an even bigger winner because we're talking about 40,000 Rand that's up for grabs if you stick around and pay attention to what we plug you in a bit. That's a lot of money.
I don't have a good attention span, Roo. I'm going to try. I'm going to try as hard as I can. Maybe Ola can help us out. We're going to get another performance from this young superstar on the rise. I know it's not the weekend, but we're going to do our absolute best to make it feel like it is. Stick around. Got to have another.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining the conversation. And of course, one common thread in that conversation throughout this morning, I think because we are just so proud to be South African right now. And it seems like South Africans are taking all the titles every day at the moment. And this is a good sign going into things like the Olympics. But we put it to you guys. What do you think it is that gives us South Africans the edge? What is that thing that we know that no one else knows, according to Drickus? And we asked you to head over to our social media pages and drop us a couple of voice notes as well. So let's catch up with how you are feeling about the South African superpower. And Hama saying, good morning, Expresso fam. I'd say the music. SA has such good taste and talent when it comes to music. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about different genres like hip-hop, kwaito, kom, amapiano. So it's definitely has to be the love of music. And I think the rest of the world is loving our music right now as well. Just look at TikTok and what's trending. And Tuli saying, good morning, fam. Right back at you, baby. I would think it's the diverse culture and spirit of Ubuntu. And I love that. For me, we've used Ubuntu as a marketing term for so long. It's been there as a nice notion. For these last few years, I feel it on every level of life that we engage with on the show, from top to bottom. I love it. I think that is our superpower. Elmarie saying, good morning, Expresso team. Soos ons in Afrikaans, dis ons beurt. It is our turn, right? Hey, it does kind of feel like it's our turn. These next 20 years belong to us. Brian Jacobs, it's all about the willingness to never give up, no matter the situation. Resilience, baby. I absolutely love that. All answers correct. I love it. Dean saying, hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Oh, my word. And I think the world is starting to know what we know. Why? Because our athletes, our South Africans, our politicians, young South Africans, purpose-driven South Africans are proving it every day. Keep it coming. Absolutely love that. I love the fact that we as South Africans have the bravery to tackle and take on. So, Nelia, what do you think is our South African superpower?
Oh my goodness, Graham. Firstly, I have to just reiterate, ons weet wat ons weet nie. I mean, no, I didn't say it right. Oh, Graham, you need to help me with it. But this is my answer because I truly believe that to go is to see, right? And when we talk about South Africans, I think one of the most beautiful things is how diverse we are. So a lot of people, they come from certain countries where there's just, you know, one culture or one way in which they do things. Here in South Africa, we have so many different ways that even before you step out of the country, dude, you've got so many different experiences with so many different people that you just become so well-rounded. And I think you're able to 100% just have that South African flair and that South African flavor that really allows us to stand out and show the world that, yay, we are South African. Huh? And
girl, can I put it to you? First of all, I'm missing you. I'm missing you so much. I've got to say it, man. It was so nice to be in your space last week. So thank you so much for being such a gracious host. But I think after my time with you up in Joburg and some of the other ladies surrounding me in that studio, I think our superpower is young South African women like you, the untapped resource in this country that is now starting to believe that you actually have the potential to do things. So I'm going to put it to you. What do you think makes you so awesome, girl? And I'm speaking on behalf of all the other young girls looking to you right now. What do you think makes you a superpowered South African?
I think first and foremost, Graham, it is 100% us just being women, because women are just so powerful in who we are and what we can do, and the fact that we can do anything. And I think also one of the most important things is how we continue to always build each other up. So yes, you find one or two people who aren't on that path, but the fact that we are able to, in fact, able to draw inspiration from people instead of feeding into jealousy and things like that. I mean, the fact that we were able to celebrate people like our queen, Zosi Tunzi, who told us to take up space and to cement ourselves and allow people to know who we are, and even be inspired by the likes of Natasha Hubert, making our dreams come true. I think for me, that is our superpower, that we 100% feed off each other and we allow each other to shine and we celebrate each other, which I think is so beautiful because it allows us to be inspired by each other and be able to live up to our fullest potential in the best way.
Oh, man, and you are doing it absolutely every day. So because we haven't had a chance to talk sport in such a long time, and I have a feeling South African women are going to put their hand up at the Olympics that are coming up right now. What are you most excited about with your lens when you look at what we can achieve as a country this year? Because everything is lining up for us. What are you most excited about right now?
I'm excited for that gold, baby. All of that gold that we're going to go and collect at the Olympics. Yes, Graham, I think, you know what? As South Africans, I also think it's the fact that we dare to dream. I mean, even us looking at how over the years we've always said we're alive with possibilities. So yes, I'm excited about the gold at the Olympics and everything else in between. But I also feel like even something like Mr. Supranational, who went and just did the absolute most and showing us that so many things are possible, I believe that we 100% are going to continue to just elevate South Africa on a global stage and show everybody exactly who we are, which is why I'm certain we're going to bring back gold from the Olympics. But even beyond that, I know we're going to continue to show that we are, in fact, the leaders when it comes to anything that you put in front of us as South Africans.
100%, my girl. Oh, man, you're actually making me a little bit emotional because I believe and I have a feeling that the next 20, 30 years, it is our beurt. It is our turn, and we are starting to understand and believe in our values. So thank you so much for being that true north to so many of your colleagues, but also to young women in South Africa. I think it's vitally important that they see someone smashing through those ceilings, and you are doing it in a big way, girl. So I love you. Thank you for being my inspiration this morning. You can keep those comments coming, guys.
I love you.
No, I love you more. No, you. No, stop.
I love you more. And Graham, you inspire me every single day. I hope that you know that. And please never stop being you, because your light, it radiates like nothing everyone ever sees. Honestly, you're incredible.
Oh, man. It's that kind of love that moves us forward, man. I think we've tapped into why South Africa is as powerful as we are right now, because we start there with love. So spread the love today. Big up some people around you. Inspire the people around you, and keep inspiring us with those beautiful comments. You can hit us up on the socials. What gives us South Africans the edge right now? Because clearly we are streaking ahead. And of course, that's exemplified in so many of the people I get to share the screen with, just like our nature boy.
Oh yes, Mzansi, good morning and welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and today we are sitting down with Andre Pretorius. Now, he is one lucky few who were selected as the Cadbury Memory Campaign winners, and he and others were selected to win 5,000 Rand because of their unique memories and experiences with the Cadbury brand. Now, they each sent in a voice note detailing their unique story, and today we are getting to meet him.
Cadbury currently lives in my life. There's always a Cadbury chocolate within a house. My favorite flavor is the Toptek. My son basically enjoys all of them. My grandma's favorite chocolate was definitely the fruit and nut. Me and my wife, when everything went down in the house, the kids are asleep, when we climb into bed, we put on our favorite show, and then just that little quality time that we have left before we need to go to sleep and restart, we open a Cadbury chocolate and we do share it equally. Sometimes there's a fight.
Andre, how are you doing today?
Hey, my man, good and you guys?
Oh, very lekker, man. And I love this part of the morning where we get to put smiles on faces. I can see you already have a big one on yours, and I think you're already aware of the fact that you're a winner, right?
I bet so, yes, definitely.
I know you had to send a voice note through, and not all of us got an opportunity to hear all those voice notes. So while we have you here on live TV, can you maybe share that voice note or share that memory of Cadbury with us right now?
Yes, I can definitely do that. So my earliest memory with Cadbury and my grandmother and my sister is when we used to visit her during school holidays back in the early 2000s.
Okay.
And she would always have a lot of chocolates inside the home, and she would just basically, call us together and then ask us if we would like something sweet. And then she would open that Cadbury, give us each like four blocks, and I could just see her face light up, just tasting that chocolate, and I think she enjoyed it more than us, so yeah.
Now, one thing I love about asking this question is when you literally are telling me the story, I can see that little kid inside you again, getting excited, getting happy. It's like those memories are coming back to life, right?
That's the truth. Every time I have a Cadbury chocolate myself, it's nostalgic, and it takes me back to that time, and it feels great.
So how cool is this? Obviously, you're sharing an incredible story. It's a memory, something that makes you happy. And then on top of it, you find out that just doing that, you become a winner. What was that feeling like, knowing that you won that 5,000 Rand from Cadbury?
5,000 Rand from Cadbury, I mean, that's like a long-term investment from them, just giving back to me,
And now being a winner, obviously knowing that you got that 5,000 Rand, do you have any ideas on what you might be spending it on?
I'll be spending it on my family, definitely. Everything is going to them, so yeah.
We've got one more little surprise for you. Before I even mention it, do you have any idea or any guesses on what it might be?
No, I think I'm already surprised just to be on your awesome show, so that could just be, you'll be topping it at the end of the day. I have no idea.
Listen up, and maybe I can talk to you, Mzansi, about this as well. Yeah, the real surprise is that from the Cadbury Memory Campaign team and everybody involved, you are officially not the winner of 5,000 Rand, unfortunately, but 10,000 Rand, Andre. 10,000 Rand is yours!
Oh, my soul. Thank you guys so much. Wow, I didn't expect that at all. Wow. Thank you, Cadbury.
And we appreciate you. Look at that. It's putting a smile on my face too. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody. A massive thank you obviously goes out to Cadbury and the Cadbury Memory Campaign. And here's to putting more smiles on our dials.
Oh, now that we've established that, yes, we have a sweet tooth, it's okay. We're going to get in the kitchen and create something delicious. I say that the genius that is our Clem is going to create some coconut and cashew clusters. Absolutely beautiful. I'm thinking great for school treats if it's your kid's birthday. And then, of course, we've got the small matter of 40 big ones to give away. You could win your share of 40,000 rand. Stick around. Oh, they look good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to it. We're opening up here on S3. This is your feel-good breakfast show. So let's bring in some more of the good stuff. And here's a question, right? When we think about redecorating, we tend to think of rearranging furniture and painting walls. But what DIY redecorating project would you like to do with paint that is about, well, it's about painting something else, right? Now, think about that. You can paint something as a decor option. You can paint something as a feature or just to bring some classical color in. But I bet you never thought of it like that, right? So I suppose something trendy for wooden kitchen cupboards is to paint them a beautiful color, right? So you can also do colorful doors, window frames, and bookshelves or cabinets. You kind of see where I'm going with this one, right? So if you didn't even think about it, I'm glad that I could bring this to your attention. And here's the real question though. Are you a handy hero at home? And are you looking for your next project? Well, this might be your chance to get started by entering to win 10,000 Rand in cash each week, and that's from Plascon South Africa and Expresso. Now, to do this, you have to just buy any Plascon product and post a pic of yourself with it on Expresso's social media pages with the hashtag PlasconSA. And then make sure you are following PlasconSA on Facebook and Instagram. It really is that simple. So, reminder, come through with something incredible, any picture that offers us the inspiration or gets us excited for the change that you've created. So, reminder, Mzansi, the competition closes on the the 9th of August at midday, and we want you to make sure that you enter right now. And remember to keep your receipt for proof of purchase. Now, if you are wondering how to do this, once again, all the T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com. Good luck and have fun with it.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
Come cluster around me for a little cluster. Yes, the deliciousness is about to explode on your screen, and we're going to make it as easy as possible. Why? Because the Woolworths Chocolate Festival is still on, and we are taking full advantage of this 3-for-2 deal by having, I suppose, injecting our own creativity into these chocolate masterpieces that will tick all of the boxes when it comes to chocolate cravings. And of course, Chef Clem provided us with a beautiful recipe that we are going to try to emulate for ourselves. So to give you the lowdown, the Chocolate Festival is currently on right now. So you get 3-for-2, as I said. So that's 3-for-2 lowest priced items free on any Lindt, maybe I should have started with that, or selected Woolies chocolates, which are amazing, and you can enjoy the sweet life. And this deal is valid up until the 21st of July, in-store, online, and of course using their amazing app, but all the T's and C's apply. So you've got a hot pan there to ready for toasting. I was going to warn you, but you just came in here like a man. You just mansplained the whole thing to
I just
me.
said chocolate somewhere in this. I was like, hey, did you say my name?
So we're going to start with the toasting of the coconuts. So we've got our coconut shavings. You can use about a quarter or a third of those in
Just
the
kinda
big,
sprinkle that on there, right?
and we're going to toast them to release the oils. You know, there's so many good fats in coconut or in nuts in general. You get beautiful fats, and that's where the flavor is. So you can,
Pop more in? Is that all right?
Pour even more, man.
Okay, why not?
And we obviously, for the purposes of TV, we're not going to go too crazy. And then you can cut these guys open and pop them into the other pan and start toasting the cashews off. And I think it's a beautiful
nice.
flavor combination.
And also, like for winter, roasty, toasty, bring it on, man. This is like the stuff that kind of warms you up from the inside as well, right?
Well, as parents, you've often got to do kind of, you know, you're bringing your meet and greet, bring and eat kind of things. Or if it's your kid's birthday, you've got to bring 30 of the same. So these are really manageable, where you don't break the bank and go and pay a ridiculous amount for the finished product. Make it yourself with stuff that you know your kids will absolutely love and enjoy.
I reckon you could even go one step further and make it with your kids, right? And then before even eating it, they're going to love the entire experience.
Completely.
So, very nicely done.
So we are using about a cup and a half for this one. I mean, you can make it, to be honest, with as much of or as little of anything as you want. You know your textures, you know the taste, you love the flavor profiles that you do. So you don't have to push the boat out. Oh, how nice does that look with the little toasty brown edges? Beautiful, man.
Incredible. I didn't want it to burn, so I almost forgot about it. But luckily I remembered, you got to just have a little bit of a shake up and toss it up so the coconut doesn't burn. Normally the smell will give it away as well before you get to that point.
The danger is here, you've got two guys with about a 3-second attention span between us now in the space. It's always a little bit dangerous.
It is indeed.
Those look great, man. So I think just give them a toss through and then we'll start with the magical mixing process.
Right.
In fact, you want to pop the coconut in there right now because that looks
hot.
Wonderful.
Look at that.
Beautiful,
Nicely
man.
done. All right, let me pop that off so long. I'm going to keep the nuts on roast for now.
Just a little bit longer, and then
All
I think we can mix them into the works. And then, of course, we've got our beautiful melted Lindt chocolate. Absolutely beautiful.
Is that what that is?
Oh,
Yes,
man.
please, bring
It's
it on.
special. So I'm going to mix this through, and this is the heart. I mean, you could do this with like marshmallow vibes as well. I love like a marshmallow crunchy,
Get it like
but
ooey and gooey as well.
it's nice. But there is something about the flavor combination with a really good dark chocolate, with the cashew, with the nut and the coconut is just sublime,
I
buddy.
think it's a weird thing
Absolutely
how
sublime.
well nuts and chocolate kind of work together, and I think it's all because of that reason that a lot of it does come from nature, and nature works so well
For
together.
sure.
So we're talking about like the coconut coming from nature, we've got 70% cacao coming here from the chocolate, and then obviously, like we mentioned, everything else here is so much natural inspiration. I think it's a perfect
smell of
blend.
that. Hey,
you
that
mad,
coconut
man?
coming through.
Whoa.
Let's pop the nuts in, man. Let's pop the nuts in.
Okay, so are these going straight on top? You don't crush them or anything?
Nah, I think I suppose we could crush them a little bit, but
let's keep it rustic.
We're going to keep it, as
That's
we
the
always
word,
say,
yeah.
rustic. And if, another insider little gem here on this show, if you ever hear us use the word rustic, it generally means that things haven't quite come together.
Why are you giving our secrets away, bro? Come on. That was like my fail-safe whenever I often did something wrong here.
Just have a mouthful. Just take a spoon and grab it.
Why not? Bro?
I'm going to have a little taste. I'm going to have just a tiny little taste.
I'm going to say no to this. Make sure you get a little bit of coconut in and all that other good stuff.
Oh,
Oh my word.
But the coconut, dude, and with the cashew. So we've used our 70% mild Lindt, which does have a nice strong flavor. And this is part of our chocolate festival at Woolies. You can get literally the best of the best. In fact, currently you can get 3 for 2 lowest priced items free, and I'm going to say it again, on any Lindt, any of their amazing range of Lindt chocolates, or the selected Woolies chocolates, which are amazing in their own right. But I've got to remind you, it's only valid up until the 21st of this month. So get on it. Don't waste the opportunity. Okay.
Opportunity, bro. Is it also just like diving around your mouth in every sort of crevice that you can think of, just offering magnificent flavor? This is insane. Wow.
It's the textural element for me. I'm sorry, like with desserts especially, if you're going to have something that's quite sweet or has a very strong flavor, the texture becomes almost more important, because you can't just have lots of it all the time and overpower from the flavor. You've got to be able to have one small bite and get the full appreciation. And I think...
And with that being said, like you're talking about textures, I love the fact that you're going to bite into like a ooey gooey chocolatiness, but then you're going to get the crunchiness coming through from the nuts as well. You're going to get the crispiness from that sort of toasted coconut, and then also all the good fats just kind of imbibing with each other. It's just, this is like a party of good stuff right here. And the only problem is that I think you haven't made enough, man.
I'm going back and adding refill. Well, we've got a lot more filling, so we're going to have to fill a few more little cups. And then this you literally just let cool, obviously in the fridge, and you get a beautiful, crunchy, crispy...
So we don't need to bake this or anything?
You don't have to do nothing, man. You don't have to do nothing.
So I'm wondering, like, I mentioned this again, but there's 6 years, so that means 3 for you, 3 for me. What about everybody else in the studio here?
Luckily, there were about 50 when we started the show on this table, and they've just miraculously disappeared. So now we're going to round it all off, and we're going to drizzle just a little bit of this. It's a little bit...
What is that, peanut butter?
It is caramel.
Oh, wow.
And then this is melted caramel droplets there. You can see, okay, that was a big dollop.
Oh, so you took the Woolies caramel chocolate drops and you just melted that basically in a bowl or a ramekin, and voila.
Look at that, like a bain-marie type vibe. And we could probably put it back on. We're getting added value.
Oof. So you need to be careful in case your kids see you making this now, because they're going to demand this, man. Well, it looks so good.
Because you can get so creative with this. Like, I think I'm putting dollops more than drizzle, but that's just what the consistency calls for. And I think it'll be awesome to have a big dollop of caramel on the top of your crunchy. But, you know, I go on and on about kids need to enjoy their food from a different perspective. It can't just be about pressing the dopamine button. They must enjoy the process of making the food.
Yes.
So they don't overindulge when they want to eat the sweet treats. They appreciate it for what it is, for the flavor, for the craftsmanship, for the fun that they had making it, but they don't just use it simply to stuff their face with sugar. And here you're working with such good quality dessert ingredients like these kind of chocolates. Next level. If you want to turn your youngster, spark that creativity, that foodie kind of button, this is how you press it. Easy, accessible, and then the end results are spectacular.
Absolutely spectacular. Thank you so much, G-Man, for making me realize that this is a lot easier than I ever thought. I think everybody else watching at home is going to definitely add this to the arsenal. So find this recipe. You can get it at woolworths.co.za, and there's some incredible inspiration here to warm you up from the inside with this good stuff. Oh, man, well played.
While it's raining outside. Just chow, just chow. The bottom line is you don't have a lot of time to jump on board for the Woolworths Chocolate Festival. It is massive. You can buy 3 for 2, simply put. Nice. Lowest priced item free on any, again, Lindt, and they have a massive range of Lindt chocolates or any of their selected Woolly chocolates, which are equally amazing. And that's up until the 21st of this month. Please don't miss out. You can shop these amazing offers in store, obviously online or on their app, but the T's and C's do apply. Zanelia, I figure you've been having a lot of fun this morning, but maybe not as much fun as us. I'm sorry, I wish there was like a Willy Wonka TV teleportation button so we could just like boop, send it straight to you, man.
You're going to have to describe it.
Listen. Guys, okay, yes, you've been having a lot of fun with that chocolate, and I was going to say, you're literally speaking my language. I love chocolate. Please send some this way. But all of the peeps that we've been hanging out with have made it so worth it in terms of missing out on chocolate and being here in the Johannesburg studios. Thank you very much. One such person is, in fact, Ola. He is about to blow you away. And baby, he's shutting down the show. Do not go anywhere.
Oh, you can make my day.
Bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder, and you could win your own KitchenAid stand mixer. Be a part of the Tastemaster competition action by watching the show and baking a creative interpretation of the week's theme using Royal Baking Powder. Then upload it to socials by replying to the competition post, including hashtag the Tastemaster SA and hashtag Bake More Memories. Don't miss the Tastemaster SA every Tuesday evening at 7, repeat Wednesday at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You gotta do it. Take your shot. Take your best shot, in fact, by playing Sports Stake 8, fixtureless 750. Write it down, because there is an estimated 935,000 jackpot waiting to be grabbed this Thursday. So don't get left behind. You could be scoring massively big and, of course, stand a chance to have the bragging rights and be enjoy your game.
Yes, how do we get you to be enjoy your game? Well, you can play your favorite Sports Stake 8 game in store on the nationallottery.co.za website or the mobile app. And that's how simple it is. And you can be in the chance to get in the running of all this moolah and be enjoy your game.
Big one today.
Oh my goodness, I love it when we talk about how we can be a winner, but the fact that we are already winning because we get to do this together. Everybody, shutting down the show today, it is Ola featuring Big Zulu and DJ Tira. It is Mengtakiwe, come on!
Ayas bangena siyalyon. Ngasayivali kobo. Ngicela ungangibuzi ngale ndaba zayizona. Ngifike nezamla nasiphutsha iconvoy. Ngiphethe uphikizule enqolweni inozolo. Inozolo. Ngicela ungangibuzi ngale ndaba zayizona. Ngifike nezamla nasiphutsha iconvoy. Ngiphethe uphikizule enqolweni inozolo. Usibala ufaka thuku uzovuka ubayizolo phela bengitakiwe. Sibingane bezizela ngayibizi ngiphethe izinhle zodwa ngikhethe iphele emasini noma mblos ngimbiza ngopumpkin ngekhapini bekhona into edeshiwe ngebathi umbali nami ngike ngamshova ezami tova ingane bese shayikona ngikabunga wari ngemali vele sazopopa inkabi nation ethi mini womakhonya siphethe gilikiti ushuni pizza to spinning it abo race kama ne M3 ongabi feel him Ngicela ungangibuzi ngale ndaba zayizona. Ngifike nezamla ngasiphutsha iconvoy. Ngiphethe ubhig zulu enqulwini nozona. Usibala ufaka thuku uzovuka uba izolo phela. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe. Bengidakiwe, bengidakiwe.
The uncle's jiving at the jaw.
We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Be safe, South Africa. Mwah. Adios. Well done, everybody. Absolutely amazing show. We'll be back bright and early. Please stay safe out there today. Some crazy weather in parts of the Cape. Look after each other. Keep your eye on the weather warnings. And please look after each other. Up north in Joburg, just keep being amazing, baby. Bye-bye, my friend. Adios, muchachos. We'll see you tomorrow.
Another feel-good production.
Elevate your custard game with the all-new vanilla-flavored Clover Custard.